And we are officially live. Welcome to the Ravencast Network Show. I am your host, Lord Triton, and I took a big week break from last network show because I had a lot of stuff in my personal life that happened. But we are back here today, and low-key, we have so much to go over. We have a lot of stuff to go over, a lot of topics to go over today. It's going to be a big show today. It's going to be 4 topics because we got a lot of stuff to go over. But before we go into it, make sure you guys hit the like button. And I'm going to go ahead and catch up with the panel. And it seems like Getler is still in the shower. So, Digny, how have you been since the last network show?
I've been doing very well as the new Ayatollah of the Islamic Republic of Iran, Triton. We've been taking a battering recently, but we're surviving. We are surviving, and I'm very grateful for that. We've got a lot to talk about. I can only be on for about 90 minutes, maybe 100 minutes.
What's up,
but
boys?
there's a lot of things to go through. And look, an enemy soldier who's going to be deployed against my people.
For another
no.
people, not even for their own people. They're going to be deployed for another country. But yeah, speaking of Dan popping in, hi Dan, how about you? How's life been for you since the last show Sunday?
It's shit, man. It's so over, man. I'm deployed here in Kandahar. I'm fucked, man. Fuck!
Damn, got a lot of energy for today's show.
This is awful, man. I'm gonna get fucking bombed over there, man.
Yeah, but low-key, you do got a lot of energy, and it seems like Getler's returned for his. So, Getler, how about you? How's life been for you?
I'm here.
You're just here?
Comments, dude. This is gonna be hilarious.
Yeah, alright, so now we got introductions out of the way. Now we get to go to our first topic, which I'm gonna need people to mute background noise because I can hear background noise.
Oh, that was just a bomb, my bad.
Alright, but anyway, so we're going to get to our first topic, and Digny's going to read it, but I'm going to read the source, which is Pop Base. Donald Trump calls out right-wing podcasters Tucker Carlson, Megyn Kelly, Candace Owens, and Alex Jones for criticizing him. They have one thing in common, low IQs. They're stupid people. They know it. Their families know it, and everyone else knows it too. And now, Digny, do you want to read the big, long paragraph of Trump calling out basically the true loyal soldiers of America First that are in MAGA?
I'd love to, but it's too small for me to read.
Then I can read it. I'll just read it then because I don't know how to make it bigger. I know why Tucker Carlson, Megyn Kelly, Candace Owens, and Alex Jones have all been fighting me for years, especially by the fact that they think it's wonderful for Iran, the #1 state of sponsor of terror, to have a nuclear weapon because they have one thing in common, low IQs. They're stupid people, and they know it. Their families know it, and everyone else knows it too. Look at their past. Look at the record. They don't have what it takes, and they never did. They've been thrown off of television, lost their shows, and aren't even invited on TV because no one cares about them. They're nut jobs, troublemakers, and will say anything necessary for some free and cheap publicity. Now they think they get some clicks because they have third-rate podcasts, but nobody's talking about them. Clearly you are. And their views are the opposite of MAGA, or I wouldn't have won the presidential election in a landslide. MAGA agrees with me and just gave a CNN 100% approval rating of Trump not handling failing fools like Tucker Carlson, who couldn't even finish college. He was a broken man when he got fired from Fox and has never been the same. Perhaps he should see a psychologist. Or Megyn Kelly, who nastily asked me about the now famous only Rosie O'Donnell question. Or crazy Candace Owens, who accuses the highly respected First Lady of France of being a man when she is not, and hopefully wins a lot of money in the ongoing lawsuit. Actually, to me, the First Lady of France is far more a beautiful woman than Candace. In fact, it's not even close. Or bankrupt Alex Jones, who says the most dumbest things and lost his entire fortune, as he should have, for his horrendous attacks on the families of the Sandy Hook shooting victims, ridiculously claiming it was a hoax. These so-called pundits are losers. They will always be. Now fake news CNN, the failing New York Times, and all these other radical left news organizations are hailing them and giving them positive press for the first time in their lives. They're not MAGA. They're losers trying to latch on to MAGA. As president, I could get them on my side anytime I want to. But when they call, I don't return their calls because I'm too busy on the world and country affairs. And after a few times, they go nasty, just like Marjorie Trader Brown. But I no longer care about that stuff. Only care about doing right, what's right for our country. MAGA is about winning and strength and not allowing Iran to have nuclear weapons. MAGA is about making America great again. And these people have no idea how to do that, but I do, because the United States is now the hottest country anywhere in the world. President Donald J. Trump. And before I let anyone else give their perspectives, I actually do want to give my perspective, because I'm not going to lie, some of this post is funny, but low-key, it's like, what the fuck is MAGA now? Like, you're literally calling out the only people like Tucker Carlson, Megyn Kelly, Alex Jones, and these other people. They're the only people that were left in MAGA that were America first, and you basically just threw them out for being against the war. Especially Alex Jones. Alex Jones was praising Trump until 3 days ago. And the only reason he criticized Trump was because of the Iran war. Even Alex Jones said he is still willing to help Trump. But Trump doesn't want to help them because they are not for Israel. They're not for the Israeli agenda. They are basically for America first. And Trump doesn't like that. And that's why he's called them all out. That's why he's called out Tucker, Alex. Another thing, too, is he wants to say that CNN gave him 100% approval rating, but then calls out CNN for fake news when CNN praises Tucker Carlson. It's like, is CNN fake news, or you only praise them when they praise you, and you only call them fake news when it's about you and what you do? Like, that's why it's just, I can't stand MAGA. MAGA is dead. MAGA is not what it used to be, because literally all these people were literally rooting for Trump in 2024, including myself. The only people that were not rooting for Trump was Nick and the Goipers. And we were so mean to Nick and the Goipers. Tucker Carlson was calling Goipers retarded, stupid, lame for not wanting to support Trump. Same with Megyn, same with Candace, same with all these other people. And now they get stabbed in the back, knife in the back, and Nick Fuentes gets to dance about this. Nick Fuentes' coverage was literally so good, because he was literally just dancing about this, because he literally was right. And he's literally right when he says Trump will literally stab you in the back over the simplest disagreement. Because that's the thing. The only thing these people have in common is they're against the war in Iran, and that's why Trump hates them. It's because they're against the war. It's not because they were going after him for years. In fact, they literally supported Trump just this last election. They were all praising him, saying he's going to be the best president in the world in history. So what is this lie that they're attacking you? They've been attacking you for years and years and years. Like, it's just stupid. And that's my perspective on it. I think MAGA's dead. I think Trump literally just showed that MAGA is not America first, because the only people that were America first just got attacked in this post. Now I'm going to ask for Digny. What is your thoughts on it? On this post on Trump basically calling out Tucker Carlson, Megyn Kelly, Candace Owens, and saying they're not MAGA for being against the Iran war.
Oh, where do we start, folks? First of all, this post is too long. Let's start with that. Second of all, he really has become a mad king, hasn't he?
Literally a mad dictator. He's literally, and I don't like giving the leftist people credit, but the leftist people were right when they say Trump thinks he's a dictator. This literally shows that he thinks he's a king. He thinks he's a dictator. Literally. Oh, you criticize me at all. You're not MAGA. You criticize me the slightest. You're not MAGA. Like, what the fuck is this shit?
This is like You guys ever played like Assassin's Creed and
Yeah, that's when I was
instead of
younger.
instead of President George Washington, it's King George Washington. That's the vibes I'm getting from this post. Quite frankly, ladies and gentlemen, the actual polls speak for themselves. Trump is getting, or is becoming rather increasingly unpopular. What was likely to be before the Iran war, likely to be keep the Senate, lose the House, is slowly but surely becoming lose the House by a lot, and you might lose the Senate as well. Which means, number one, this guy is going to get impeached in 2027, and
I mean,
everyone's going to support it.
I'm honestly, it's like that's the thing. I'm a conservative and all, and I don't like Democrats, but I'm gonna be real. I support it just because he's literally done treason. Like when you are putting us in wars for a foreign country that hates us, I think that's treason. And not only that, but you're literally are just trying to deplatform and destroy all the people that are actually trying to keep you in check and people that actually do give a fuck about you and people that care about the movement so much that they risk everything. Did Mark Levin ever risk anything? Like, 'cause that's the thing too. All these people that Trump has named in this post have all lost, especially Tucker and Alex. I don't know about Candace and Megan like that, but Tucker and Alex have been slandered. They've had their lives ruined. They've had people call them. They were put on CIA watch lists. They literally risked everything to make sure this orange piece of shit wins. And you know what he repays them? By saying they're not MAGA, just because they have one slight disagreement about the Iran war. And it's like, how can you trust a president like this? How can you trust a leader like this? How can you trust someone like this?
You can't.
You can't.
It's as simple as that. You can't. With friends like this administration, who needs enemies? Quite frankly.
Who literally needs enemies when the people that are going to hurt you the most are the people you've defended, the people that you sacrificed everything for, the people.
And the most dangerous aspect of all of this, Triton, is that when Trump behaves like this, it causes all of the people that supported him in the past to reorient, right? And think about, what do I truly want? Because I don't want this. I don't want what the Democrats are offering. What do I want? And I have to coalesce with other people that which I want. In the case with Megyn Kelly and Candace Owens, from my perspective, they're opportunists, which isn't surprising. They're Americans, okay? Opportunism is in your blood and bones, all right? Take the opportunity and you succeed. Alex Jones has practically lost everything defending this administration.
Literally everything. That's why I didn't want to include Megyn Kelly and Candace, because I know they're just opportunists and just jumping whatever is popular. But Tucker and Alex, especially Alex, I can say out of them all, Alex was literally the one guy that you can say was genuine and the one guy that literally lost everything just to defend Trump. And the fact that Trump even included Alex Jones kind of pisses me off, because we all remember what Alex went through in 2015, 2016, 2017, defending Trump. He was laughed at. He was ridiculed. They tried to basically get him thrown in jail. They tried to really ruin his life. They tried to get him off the internet. They tried to make sure that guy was banned from everywhere for defending Trump. And you know what he gets? You know what he gets in return for basically putting his 10 years of his life into Trump? He gets treated like shit 10 years later. As soon as 10 years, as soon as he makes one disagreement, he gets thrown out. Oh, you're not MAGA. You disagree with me on this one thing. You're not MAGA. Go fuck yourself. Get the fuck out of here. And it's why
we need to reorient ourselves, folks, and understand, A, the uniparty is the enemy. B, Trump's going nuts. C, we're in another endless war, especially with the ceasefire ending before it begins. And I just want to make the point very, very clear. If we're comparing Democrats to Republicans, then by a clear margin, Republicans are more compromised than Democrats when it comes to the matter of Israel. Now, they're both compromised. That's true. More than half of each party is compromised with their support for Israel. With the Democrats, I think is about 2/3. For the Republicans, it's as high as 80%. That's insane. But they're both thoroughly compromised. We need to reorient ourselves to understand that politics is a circle, which is why we keep going round and round in circles, and that the uniparty represents the circle, the part of the circle that you can see, and the anti-center, the part of the circle that you don't see, that's where we are. Whether it's left wing, right wing, centrist, doesn't matter. The key political divide in the United States, and in my view, for all of the Western world, should be between the uniparty structure and this alliance of alternatives, regardless of political ideology, that oppose the uniparty. And what brings the uniparty together most of all? It's Israel, quite simply. Whether it's the UK, the US, the European Union, Canada, what's the one thing that binds the uniparty together, Democrat and Republican? Support for the state of Israel and its nefarious practices specifically in the Middle East. Okay? If you think it's going to end with the destruction of Iran, quite frankly, you're naive, because they'll move on to Turkey, then they'll move on to Europe, then they'll move on to the United States in terms of taking down nations. And it might not look at it now, but if Turkey falls, if the EU falls, if they just collapse in ruins and Israel becomes this great power in the Middle East, then it's all over. It's all over for the United States. You will cease to be useful, and you will lose in a pitched battle against your Israeli masters if we allow this to happen. Now, you may laugh at that. You may laugh at it now, but you may not be laughing when your sons and daughters die at the end of the century, quite frankly. And I know it's a very serious topic, folks, but I personally believe, because I use this specific character as Ayatollah Digni, I personally believe that the longer Iran could hold out against Israel, the more likely Iran will have saved the world.
Literally, and that's the thing, like Nick Fuentes says, and I know I'm going to get a lot of shit for this, and I don't give a fuck, because this is my opinion.
It's all right.
Iran is fighting for the Goyim right now. They are. They're fighting for the Goyim. They're fighting for us. They're fighting for everyone. It doesn't mean we have to like them. It doesn't mean we have to agree with them on everything. But the truth is, they are fighting for us. They are fighting for our rights, because if Israel wins and they take over the Middle East and Turkey and Iran both fall and they're both gone, nothing can stop them. America's obviously not going to stop them, because we've given in too early. Literally, like, once Iran and Turkey fall, there's literally going to be no one else to stop them, and that's the scary part. Is hold on. I want to ask you a question too, Digny. What do you think Israel's going to do? What do you think Israel's going to do once all their enemies are defeated?
Well, first of all, even under the best case scenario, that's going to take a lot of time, because Israel's principal enemies in order are Iran, Turkey, the EU, the United States, then Russia and China. And I'll tell you specifically why, folks. The Russians and the Chinese, both historically and today, they don't give a damn. They will fight you to the death. You can see that with the Russians against Ukraine. And back during the Korean War, the Chinese used swarm tactics against UN forces, which included the US, NATO, South Korean forces, and they were doing very well. And this is 1950s Red China we're talking about, not modern China that exists today. So if I were Israeli and I wanted to dominate the world totally, get rid of Iran, get rid of Turkey, get rid of the EU, because the EU is turning into a massive cluster of anti-Israeli sentiments. You
By the
got
way,
to
I'm
get rid
hearing
of
a lot
that.
of clicking while Digny's talking.
Yeah, that's Dan. It's people have to understand the only way Israel will dominate the world is if they destroy NATO and get the United States to destroy the European Union on Israel's behalf.
And once they do that, they'll dominate the world. And that's
Yeah.
the thing. They've been muted, so I'm going to ask them, starting with Dan, since he did
Oh,
unmute. Dan,
go
what
ahead.
do you think
Go
of
ahead.
what do you think about Trump's Truth Social post of him shit talking Tucker, Meghan, and all of them, basically saying they're not MAGA for not supporting the war in Iran?
Bunch of fucking clowns. Look at me. I'm over here in fucking Iran right now. I don't support it. No, but it's just it's stupid because like you don't have to be MAGA to like it's the same shit I've gotten into an argument with multiple people over. You don't have to be a part of a specific group to criticize that group. And it's not being against them when you criticize them. It's criticism. It's something they should at least listen to and take advice from. It's not, you're a bitch! I'm gonna kill you if you do this. No, they're just saying, don't do this. This is gonna have disastrous consequences. Of course, Trump wouldn't listen. He's 97 years old and he has no future after his presidency, so he doesn't have to care what the fuck happens to the Goyim, who are literally 20 plus, below 50. Actually, I go as far as to say below 45, because you get up that age range, a lot of assholes that don't care about the future because they think they'll be dead. But no, it's just as stupid, because like this is going to have disastrous consequences. This dude literally said, a whole fucking civilization is going to die tonight, dude, if you don't fucking open the Strait of Hormuz to make a deal. The deal wasn't made. Where's the airstrike? Not there. Literally not there.
Yeah, because
so he's bluffing again. And you literally have Israel, not Israel, but Iranian embassies mocking the fucking guy. It's funny. Ladies and gentlemen, let me just preface this by saying I am not a United States Armed Forces personnel or veteran. I just think it's funny to meme on this whole situation dressed up in shit I bought for about $150 and call it out how I see it. I just think it's funny. Because this has been going on for... No, it will never happen. They're going to have to catch me over in Mexico or some shit. I'm not going for the draft. They already had their chance to fucking let me join. They kicked me out, not even of boot camp, but out of the MEPS center because I said fuck 3 times. Okay, I can't say fuck 3 times, but some kid who's getting shipped out can say the N-word 2 times. Awesome.
Well, and not only that, but our own president can say fuck on Easter and also wish to death on the whole civilization on Easter. And yet no one besides Tucker Carlson said anything. Not even Meghan Kelly said shit.
Dan, you can't say fuck that loudly. Bro, I'm not joining the Air Force.
Right,
I was joining the Marine Corps, and we have this shit.
Hold on. Wait, Dan, hold on. I need to get Gatler's perspective, too.
Yeah, go on.
Gatler, what do you think about the Truth Social post before we move on to J.D. Vance fucking up the Ceasefire?
You might as well just come back to Twitter with the mouth he's got and the shit posts he does.
Literally. It's like, come on. He's literally acting like something. That's something I would write if I was wanting to make
you know what?
Isn't he, like, supposedly friends with Elon or something? Like, they have somewhat of a relationship. So, honestly, fuck it. Just come back to Twitter. Like, let your app rot. It's basically a hug box. Fuck that.
Can I address a comment? Can I address a reply real quick?
Yeah, which one?
Why would you want to be a veteran in these days? Put it up. Let me give you 2 reasons why. One, because a lot of the veterans literally shit talk civilians saying, well, you didn't serve, you can't say anything about it. Yeah, well, if I did, I'd be able to call you idiots retards because a lot of you don't fucking think. Second of all, if you're in a really bad living situation and you're dealing with some retarded parents, signing up and getting the fuck out of there probably the best choice you'll make. Those are my 2 reasons. One, veterans who do that don't. Yeah, of course. But at the time when I tried to sign up, it wasn't that apparent. That was like fucking what? 4 years ago now when I tried. 4 years ago.
Well, it's good that you failed because you're still alive.
Yeah, you're still alive and you don't have to die for a foreign country, so at least you did fail. But this is the thing, it's just my biggest problem with this whole post too It's not the fact that he's even making fun of him. It's the fact that he is so ass mad that they hate the war in Iran. And not only that, but he's acting like he never liked these people, he never supported these people. But it's like, why did you let these people campaign for you? Why did you let Tucker Carlson speak at multiple of your events if you thought he was always a lunatic? That's why I don't believe that shit. That's why I believe you only think that because they disagree with you in Iran, and Mark Levin is telling you to think that way.
Well,
You
there's
truly
another-
never. Not only that, but when Tucker Carlson interviewed Nick Fuentes, right? And he was asked to disavow Tucker. Trump back then even said, hey, Tucker's my friend. I'll always get along with Tucker. I like Tucker. He's MAGA. But then now that Tucker hates the war in Iran and doesn't like Trump's agenda no more, now Trump's not MAGA. Now Trump's an anti-Semite. And now Now Tucker's an anti-Semite. Now Tucker's evil. Now he's a lunatic. Now he's a crazy piece of shit. And it's like, where was this energy when he was sucking your dick? Where was this energy where he was literally campaigning for you in 2024 and even still like kind of praising you in early 2025? Where was that energy then? It seems like to me you're only ass mad at these people because they called you out on your bullshit. Is there anything else y'all want? Oh, go ahead, Digny.
I personally, the more I think about it, guys, and I'd welcome everyone's thoughts, Trump's not writing his own posts.
He's not. In fact, Alex Jones, I watched Alex Jones respond to it. He says that post sounds like Mark Levin typed it. He believes that Mark Levin or someone that's close to Mark Levin typed it. Because not only that, but Mark Levin used the same word against Alex Jones, calling him bankrupt, and literally bringing up the Sandy Hook thing. Mark Levin literally brought that up word for word in a post a week ago. So it's like, why is Trump just copying Mark Levin? That's how you know he's not writing his own posts. That's how you know he doesn't have his own opinions either.
Yeah.
He's controlled, he's bought out, and this literally proves it.
100%.
Let's talk a little bit about the ceasefire now, or we call it a ceasefire. Well, it failed before it even started, okay?
Yeah. I'm gonna,
quite frankly.
I'm gonna pull up the JD Vance tweet while you give a basically rundown. But Digny, give us a rundown of the ceasefire and how it failed.
I saw this. Yeah, I saw this declaration live because I was on Tuesday Networkshow with me and Alki John on Cancel This Podcast, and it was the day Trump made the warning: the whole civilization will die tonight, and I'm like, bullshit. First of all, and second of all was, well, which one? He didn't specify which civilization. For all we know, it was American civilization that was going to die to fucking night. If you're going to make a statement that bloody brutal, specify at the very least. Because knowing an American leader, he's probably talking about his own fucking nation. But then this declaration came out, oh, we're going to talk and we're going to have a ceasefire and all that sort of stuff. And my first thought was, first of all, even if that was true, the elephant in the room would sabotage it, that being Israel. Second of all, in the declaration, Israel was not mentioned, which means, of course, they were going to destroy the ceasefire before it started.
Who's that purple-tied moron in the back? Is that a fake independent?
Yeah, Witkoff, and him and Kushner, these peace envoys. Yeah, peace envoys, my ass. And quite frankly, folks,
I think when they mean peace, they mean you'll be in peace is.
Yes, well said, Dan.
American civilization will collapse with these fucking gas prices up. Oh, no.
You will!
And you know what?
Sorry.
Hold on. Wait. I'm talking. Hold on.
Israel.
Right, anyways, that's the thing. You want to know how bad gas prices are here in Tampa? They are $5 a gallon. I posted a screenshot in the Discord. $5 a gallon.
Yeah.
$5 a fucking gallon over here because of this war.
That's the national average. It's about $4 or $5 a gallon. Before this war started, folks.
It was like $2-3, right?
Yeah. The national average of gas prices per gallon was around $2 to $3, as Dan made it clear. This ceasefire negotiation only started because of Pakistan. Pakistan have friends on both sides. They rely on a lot of Chinese goods. They rely a lot on Iranian oil and gas, but they're also quite friendly to the Americans and even to the Saudis. And they actually have a military alliance with the Saudis to defend them. But they're also friendly with Israel as well. So Pakistan are in this very unique position where they can bring all the sides rather together. They had a meeting. They managed to agree on quite a bit, but there were two main things they could not agree with.
And of course,
One
the
was the
YouTube bot is hiding Jace's comments too.
Well, it's not surprising. It's YouTube. But the 2 points of contention that stopped a ceasefire, one was nuclear material. The Iranians wanted to keep theirs. The Americans didn't want it kept. And the second was the Israeli phone call. Apparently, the Israelis discovered that this was happening. They called the vice president, and then the tone of the meeting completely changed and abruptly ended.
They're not willing to get rid of their nuclear material. Fucking kill him, J.D. Vance. Fucking kill him.
And he left.
But
and not only that,
I'm gonna make a deal with him because you married.
Wait.
Them, right?
I want to be real too. If Iran has to get rid of the nuclear warfare, Israel has to too. Because I don't want Israel to keep having nukes either. If Iran, that's what they need to do. They need to agree with Israel and Iran. They need to come to an agreement that none of them will have nukes, because none of them can be trusted with it.
Well, you have the argument as well. Hold on, I'll let you speak in a minute, Digny. I'll let you speak in a minute.
Sure.
You also have the argument that, well, they haven't launched a nuke. It's only been
Neither has
America.
Iran. Neither has Iran, and that's why it's like it's either they both can have it or none can have it.
Well, they didn't. Well, you have the argument that they're like, what is America telling these two fucking retards to denuclearize? None of them have launched nukes, but America has. They've dropped an atom bomb on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Yeah, and that's why we keep them, and that's why we're more qualified to tell you to fucking de-arm, because we know what they can do.
And also, just to respond to Jason's question, is the Israelis kill the first guy? They did.
They bombed his ass.
They bombed his house. I think he actually did survive. I could be wrong, but the reports said that the guy survived. But yeah, the guy was bombed while he was at home with his wife, and him and his wife got injured because of the.
If there's one thing you can give credit to the Israelis for, is knowing how to bomb a whole fucking city block.
Yes.
Holy fucking.
A whole community.
Yes. They don't care.
Yeah, what's he gonna say?
They don't care.
Hold on, Dan, let Danny speak.
No, Dan makes a great point. They don't care, because for Israel, not just the nation, but the people, everything's a zero-sum game. And that zero-sum game is simple. We win or we die. That is literally Game of Thrones mindset. We either win or we're all going to die, including our women and children. That is the sole
The funniest thing is, if they have that mindset, they refuse to admit that they let October 7th Hamas kill their women and children. So maybe if they just stopped bombing everybody and pissing everybody off, they wouldn't have that issue. But war sells,
and not only that, but they didn't just let it happen. They literally funded the people that did the attack.
I've been calling this for a whole year. Remember, I told you they let those motherfuckers in.
They did.
And now that it's proven that fucking Netanyahu, the big Yahoo, fucking funded them, it's more abundantly clear that yes, they did let him in. I fucking called it. Conspiracy theorists 20, normies 2. We're 18 up. We're 18 up, bro. What the fuck?
I just want to make it clear, though, when you exist in conditions where your only two options is to win or die, you can't negotiate with those types of people. You can't. There's a very similar phenomenon with... I mean, it's the same mindset, though, with the Iranians, but they've learned through experience that you cannot...
Glass them both and impeach Trump and J.D. Vance for getting us into this war in the first place.
Put them both in Guantanamo Bay for treason.
Yeah, because that's the thing. They both committed treason for a foreign country, and that's why I believe both J.D. Vance and Trump should be arrested as soon as they step down for president. Both of them need to be arrested for treason. Both of them. And Rubio, too.
Let's read this, right? Let's read this, right? Fucking Jesus
Also,
Christ,
we gotta
this is
go
retarded.
over this clip too.
Hold
but
on,
read
let's
that
talk
and-
about treason, because this is something fucking hilarious. Treason in the United States is narrowly defined in the Constitution and involves levying war against the U.S. or adhering to its enemies with severe penalties, including death. Adhering to their enemies, I believe this is what it is giving them aid and comfort, right? What are we doing continuously? Israel has attacked us numerous times, and I'd say even trying to make a deal with Iran is treason after all the bullshit they've pulled over the past 50 fucking years. The Iranian hostage crisis, the embassy siege. Fuck Iran and fuck Israel. Both countries start with I and both need to be glassed. They're no different. One just believes in Islam and can't even do it properly. The other believes in Judaism but has to use lawyers and still doesn't do it properly because they use lawyers to loophole it, basically.
I will make a
Same
very,
shit, different skin.
very slight point. Most countries that have negotiated in good faith with the U.S. in recent memory are either dead or dying.
Well, yeah, because we still have the CIA.
And that's why I think it's very important for people to realize that being America's friend in this day and age,
It's worse
is,
than being our enemy.
well, I wouldn't say worse, but it's just as
Oh, it
bad
is.
at this point. But let's listen to
No, but think of it this way:
Indian-
China's like one of our biggest enemies.
Okay,
and
hold
we're
on.
thriving.
We do gotta play the clip because we've been.
Yeah, let's listen to Indian Curry Muncher.
Let's listen to the guy that fucks Indians and tried to invite Nick Fuentes to a shit dinner.
At it now for 21 hours, and we've had a number of substantive discussions with the Iranians. That's the good news. The bad news is that we have not reached an agreement, and I think that's bad news for Iran much more than it's bad news for the United States of America. So
What about Israel?
we go back to the United States having not come to an agreement. We've made very clear what our red lines are, what things we're willing to accommodate
I
them on.
think
and
these
what
are the
things
red
we-
lines,
Okay,
guys.
wait for the full clip to play, and then we can give our perspectives after.
Fuck, you can't even make
We're
a
not
joke
willing to
during the
accommodate
clip?
them on-
Jesus.
You can, but like I just want you to wait till after, just so people can listen to what he's saying.
Go.
And we've made that as clear as we possibly could, and they have chosen not to accept our terms.
Now you can make your jokes.
It's already done. He said red line. I already pointed it out.
All right.
One of
So
those
what's the
jokes you point out
perspective?
at the same time.
But that's the thing. We basically did not come to a ceasefire agreement. The deal is not. That means the war is not over, and basically a deal didn't happen. So we're still in the war. The war's still going on. We've basically made no progress. Iran still controls the Strait. Nothing's changed after last week. Basically, nothing's changed ever since J.D. Vance went to Pakistan.
The declaration last Tuesday was simply to reduce oil prices by about $20. It's the only reason. It's the only reason. Plus, we also have to consider, why is the vice president being sent when this is clearly a job for the Secretary of State?
Did they kill the
Clearly.
Secretary of State?
And it's not a job for the vice president to be negotiating
Well,
on a
did they?
matter of foreign
I'm
affairs.
curious. Yeah, that's fucking weird. Did they kill the Secretary of State or something? Like, what the fuck was
Well,
that?
yeah,
No,
either
Marco
that or no.
Rubio's
I think
getting-
it's I think Rubio didn't want to do it, so Rubio's like, "Can Vance do it instead? I don't want to."
Rubio, do your job, you fucking pansy ass bitch. What the fuck?
I mean, the Iranians sent their foreign ministry. They also sent 4 planes because they half expected the Israelis to blow up their diplomatic team. So that's why they sent 4 planes to Pakistan, which is right next door to Iran.
Ain't that fucked up, man? You have to worry about these chosen people, quote unquote, bombing your fucking diplomatic dignitary going over to a foreign country for a diplomatic agreement. You have to worry about that, don't you? Hey, we want to make the peace, but we have to send 4 planes because Israel might bomb us. The fuck?
Yes.
That's how you know. That's which one is more wrong in this case? Because we already know Iran's fucking their whole government are a bunch of retards and they like to kill people for not believing in Allah.
Yeah.
Now you got the fucking like how are we gonna fucking literally have people tell us Israel's better than Iran at this point when they're doing the same shit? They're at the same point
Exactly.
now.
And
Oh, great.
well, it's great to see Tara, and I hope you're doing well. All Iran has to do for the next few years is
just shut
just
the fuck
hold.
up.
Well, they need to hold on because nearly 2.5 million Americans are employed in the military defense industries, and
Yeah.
I'm talking about people who work to make the weapons. It's a very lucrative industry as part of the wider military industrial complex.
So
All
lucrative that we were
Iran,
playing 4D chess.
no, you're not even playing 0.5D chess at this point.
Leaving
And
all our equipment in Afghanistan, I disagree. That's going to give the defense contractors even more money to counteract the shit we already built. 4D chess, but it's actually more like 4R, 4 retardation chess.
Speaking of
Come on,
Pakistan,
a blockade with a blockade of a blockade. What was that, Taran? How you been?
good. Speaking of Pakistan, you should see what I said in the private chat there.
Yeah, I already saw it. You're getting the people wrong.
Great. They're getting the discount
Pakistanis,
Muslim poop.
Pakistanis are not Muslim shit eaters. They eat the bombs. Okay.
Yeah, they eat the bombs. That's
C4.
India.
No, I was referring to the fact that Pakistan broke off of India.
Oh.
Wise
they
decision.
didn't. Well, they didn't. Britain, since I am a British person, Britain split India into 3 pieces because they didn't want a united India. That's why Pakistan and Bangladesh.
Probably because they would have whooped Britain's ass worse than we did.
Technically, doesn't
Probably just
Pakistan
throw
exist?
shit everywhere.
Wait. I do have a question. Doesn't Pakistan exist because of the British?
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought it existed
Territory
because they had a
lines.
conflict with the Hindus and they couldn't get along. So they're like,
Yes, that is partly the reason why they were able to divide that map line.
Yeah.
But if they all united, then it would have been fucking hell for the British Empire.
oh, so the British were just like inciting shit from behind.
Yeah, they basically
Technically, yeah.
They
Technically,
do.
yeah.
Yeah, hold on. They're doing what they did what the Israelis did in Palestine, and basically went to both groups, told lies, and made the groups fight each other.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
Sounds like
India,
a good
Cyprus.
strategy.
Yeah,
Same shit,
India,
different country.
Cyprus, Palestine, Ireland. The
Hey,
British
Triton,
have.
you should do that with some of your enemies.
Oh, I do
Oh, damn.
sometimes.
And,
To be fair, didn't British have like? Let me just go out on a limb and say Israel didn't exist during that time, did it? It was Judea, which was Jewish people of the world at that time, right?
Israel, the people. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
But I get the point, right? This ceasefire was doomed. This is only going to end one of 2 ways: the destruction of the Islamic Republic of Iran, or America running away from the Middle East and abandoning Israel to die.
Probably.
Both outcomes, either outcome, because both can't happen, either outcome will change the course of human history. And it
Yeah,
could
I
take
hope it's the
years, it
latter.
could take decades. But it's one of the 2.
I hope
And
it's the latter.
I feel like one of those outcomes make America. The other outcome, the Israel outcome, the American empire is basically gone. We're basically a colony. And then the other outcome of us running out of the Middle East to run from Iran, China, Russia, the whole world's going to see that and say, these are not the global superpower anymore. We can walk over America now. We can go take Taiwan.
Yeah.
We can do this now. We have more freedom. We're not
Quite
as
simple.
scared. We're not, because we had Russia and China by the balls, but now this Iran war is gonna, at the end of it, they're gonna have us by the balls. So that's what I don't want. That's also
Well, what we need to do is ditch Israel so this shit doesn't happen. This only works one way. We ditch Israel and let them fuck off and die. Then fucking Russia and China don't have us by the balls because we can shift all the blame over to those fucking retards. Guess what? We go with Israel and fucking get dunked on by Iran. Well, now they grab us by the balls and Israel's the superpower.
The dangerous thing for not just America, but for Americans in general, Dan, is no matter what happens of those 2 most likely scenarios, America will be weaker.
Happen. Yeah.
America will be weaker if
100%.
Israel destroys Iran, but America will also be weaker when, or if rather, the other scenario happens when Iran prevails and Israel ultimately disappears, because all that will be left is Israel the people, and Israel the people, where are they strongest? Outside of Israel. the United States of America. So the United States will become the new Israel, and you will have a Jewish master.
Oh no, I will not. Trust me, I'll tell you that much. I won't. Rather die
Well,
on my
then you'll-
knees. I'd rather die on my feet than die
They'll
on my.
basically make you-
I'd rather
they'll-
live on my knees than die. What the fuck is the saying? I'd rather live on my feet than die on my knees. I'm gonna live on my feet, bro. I'm gonna fucking die standing too. I
Well,
need to die
here's
on
a
my
fun
fucking
fact
knees
for
these
everyone.
fucking fools.
That's why this situation, this geopolitical situation, is very difficult for the United States. It's because more Jews live in America than in Israel.
All
Which-
they have to do is just get them out.
That too. You could make that argument. But the last time a nation did that, it was wiped out and split in fucking half by the world.
We'll
That's-
just wait till Iran starts dropping the bombs and then fucking do it. That would work. You guys were the aggressors and you guys owe allegiance to so and so you're going over there so we can remain neutral during the war.
It's one of the main reasons why I believe, Dan, that the flag you're wearing on your chest is also the flag of Israel. I personally believe that America is Israel and Israel is America. Because even if the state of Israel was wiped out tomorrow, you'd still have 9 million Jews in the United States,
Well,
and
what-
the United States would be the leading nation of Israel, the people.
Well, it already is technically because we have more Jews here than in Israel, so
You know
Exactly.
what? We have more Jews than Israel's population.
yeah.
Yes.
That's what's so funny about it. It's like we have more Jews than Israel's whole country.
Yes. And that's why I make the narrative argument that America is Israel and Israel is America. And when you have that mindset, it does explain a lot of what is going on if you honestly believe that there is no difference between the Stars and Stripes and the Star of David.
Well,
When
one's
did-
6-pointed and one has 5 points, but still.
Well, here's an interesting question. State of Israel formed in 1947. When did America become a superpower?
1945.
Yeah, it's a bit coincidental, isn't it?
Yeah, but the problem is, we had the CIA basically fucking give them that shit. This would have all been avoided if we didn't have some retard in the CIA with the name Jesus or Jesus or whatever fucking do it. It's
Well, the
kind of our
interesting
fault.
thing
It's
is-
our fault. It's our fault.
It isn't giving if you're the same entity, just with a different flag.
No, I mean, at this point now, we are the same entity, but back then, we fucking were not.
No, back then we actually were a Christian country, and now it's just basically gone.
No.
We were founded on Christian values. Yeah, we were.
Yeah, we were, but that was for, like, till the 1800s. Ever heard of Rockefeller? That motherfucker is a Satan-loving bastard. Holy
I don't have the specific numbers at hand, folks, so I can't say this with an absolute certainty. But I'd go out on a limb and say that the Jewish population in the United States has been consistently the highest population of Jews in any country for about 80 years.
I
And it's
agree
just
with
getting
that.
worse, and it's getting just worse and worse and worse and worse.
Yes.
Yeah, because you have
Yeah.
bald retards like Mark Levin.
Yeah.
Basically, you got bald retards like Mark Levin basically saying, "Hey, take over this government, and we need all these Jews in the government. We need
I
all
think
the non-Jews out of the
the
government."
biggest problem about Mark Levin is he obviously has testosterone because he's fucking bald, but he has so much of it that he doesn't have any fucking brains to counteract it. He has all the
Yeah.
testosterone for Israel, but none of it for fucking
Indeed.
common sense and realizing, oh shit, turning the American people against Israel and having the American people fight for Israel instead of Israel fighting for itself could possibly lead to their fucking downfall. Maybe we should not do that. It's not anti-Semitic to point that out. It's called, if I have a fucking army, a standing army, I'm not going to ask for other countries' help, especially when I have literally almost the same amount of fucking technological capabilities as the country that's coming to fucking help me. That's called being a cheap little bitch and being a puppet master. And people don't like being pulled by strings they can't fucking see. Case
Well
in
said.
point. Case in point. Right here.
Yep.
I don't like
Well
it.
said.
Now it's
Well,
now it's like, do you have any more perspectives before we get to the second half of the show, which is the Kino Casino versus the
Oh,
quartering.
God.
Non-political, but has to do with
Technically
commentators.
political.
Technically political, but technically not. It's political
Well, one more-
commentators fighting over something stupid, basically.
Well, one more thing I'll add in regards to the whole situation in the Middle East is no matter what happens in ending this situation, America will lose. There isn't a winnable scenario. Either it
There's
runs
literally
away and
not.
humiliates itself, or it enters a full pitch battle against Iran and suffers huge casualties in the process. This is literally a Kobayashi Maru no-win scenario.
No way
Well,
out.
I feel like the person who, if I feel like regardless, we need to hold our politicians accountable if it does happen, right? Because, like, I feel like you already know there's more. I can't say that. I'm not going to say it until it happens, okay? So let's just carry on to the next thing.
All right, I got a soundboard for this, by the way.
What do you call a group of humans? An infestation.
There you go.
There you go. That's your boy to the left.
Yeah, now let's talk about a fat guy and a cocaine addict.
So basically,
And
what's
wait,
going
wait.
on? Oh my
Fat
god! Can I do
guy
my?
and a cocaine addict versus a drunk retard who needs to shut the fuck up.
A
Yes.
drunk fat small retard.
All right, so now let's talk about the whole quartering situation. So, it's the sources, and I'm pulling this up. I'm gonna give a monologue. So, sources via Andy Worski. We like Andy Worski here totally, even though he hates me, has me blocked. But anyways, digress that. So Andy Worski, PPP, were making fun of the quartering. Apparently, they took shots at his wife or taking shots at his personal life. So, you know what the quartering does? Instead of just either ignoring it or clashing back, he decides to flag Andy Worski's channel down and the Kino Casino clip channel down.
Honestly,
And-
he might have had a lawsuit there if he hadn't.
Yeah, that's another thing. He should have just went the legal way instead of just flagging and all that. So we're gonna go ahead and listen to Koski cry about being flagged. And that's the thing too. One thing I will say, it's like, I am not on the quartering side and I'm not on the Kino Casino side, and I want to make one thing clear. Both these guys are flaggets. They both flag people. They both censor free
Flaggets?
speech.
New word.
They both destroy people. They both ruin people's lives over criticism. And honestly, they're both the same person. The quartering and Andy and PPP, all three of them are the same person. Literally. They both grip for MAGA. They both grip for Israel. They both attack people that are critical of Israel. They both also, whoever's playing that music, stop.
Yeah.
Jim, mute! Playing music on my fucking stream, bro. Like, I get you want to talk and all that, but the music shit, come on, man.
He's playing a game, dude. He's playing a game on Steam.
I get that, but it's like, bro, we're live. I was in the middle
It's
of a
like, turn
monologue.
off the fucking speaker, put in your headphones.
There we go.
I'm not
Which
doing
Jim's-
that. I play Candy Quest.
Which Jim did say he wanted to come. All right, let's go ahead and bring this up. 3, 2, 1. Share screen. Yes. So this is source of Andy Worski. The quartering got my channel, Andy Worski, that was unbanned 6 months ago, banned as well. The channel doesn't say terminated, just shows the page is not available. This is an attack from a YouTuber who claimed he was going to use a YouTube manager to get us flagged down. Retweet, everyone.
And I checked the link. Hey everyone, as you all probably seen, the Clip channel was flagged down by the quartering. He's actually bragging about it right now by showing cards on his main Twitter page. And we weren't banned off of YouTube. We weren't ban evading. I was unbanned. I tweeted about this 3 days ago, and I put the link. Well, someone just sent me a little tweet there, and I checked the link. Not even
Hey,
terminated.
was
Just
that a
it's not
boot, eh?
appearing now. Okay, so he flagged or got this removed. My Andy Worski channel that was unbanned 6 months ago got that banned, and the Kino Casino Clip channel, even though we were unbanned. Everyone, could you @team YouTube for us and let them know that this is ridiculous and that we are appealing this? Obviously, we're gonna be on Kick here. I'm actually a minute late for starting the show, so yeah, guys, we'll see.
Okay, I'd like to give my opinion first because I'm always gonna be this type. I'm always gonna have this opinion. Flagging somebody you disagree with is a total fucking bitch move, and I hope the quartering gets bitch smacked and kicked in the fucking nuts. Because
Funny thing is, both.
But Andy Worski, you cannot cry because you had a. I mean, who knows? It may not have been the quartering. It may have been his dipshit fans and him. So like, you know. But you also, I mean, from what I've been told, you've also tried to, flag down other people you don't like. Or was that fucking, what was it? Fucking pudgy porky prick who did it instead, I guess. I don't know.
Pudgy porky prick.
I have no idea. All I know is it's PPP, so I'm just gonna go pudgy.
And this
porky
part
prick.
is true.
Took me
This
quite a
part
minute
is
to think about that.
And this part is true too. DMs from the quartering says he's gonna nuke them to the point where the only thing they will have is D Live, which is closing down.
Well, you know what?
He basically just wants to ruin their life, and honestly, it's like I would feel bad for the Kino Casino, but they've done the same shit to other people in the past for much
Well, here's what
less.
I'm just gonna tell him. Here's what I'm gonna tell him. Since you both are on the same fucking boat, you're both opposite sides of the same coin. Jeremy's a fucking retard who's a drunk who wants to flag down people he don't like. You guys are drug addicts who are retarded who flag down people you don't like. Fucking flag each other. Go right ahead. Just flag each other.
Yeah,
Quartering
cause your
flags
mutual
shit, flag
destruction.
his
No
shit
one
back.
wants you.
Huh?
I said, cause your mutual destruction. No one wants you.
It's not even that. It's like, I mean, I'd be saying the same to Jeremy if they flagged him first.
Oh
then,
yeah,
yeah,
I
he
want them
should
both
flag
to
him back.
destroy each other.
But like, yeah, of course, yeah, everybody wants that, sure. But you have to understand, Kino Casino is pretty it's watched pretty well on fucking Kick, right?
I don't think that'd go well.
Even the fucking creator of Kick watches Kino Casino. So like, there's obviously some value to be had with their shit, unlike the quartering. If quartering somehow manages to get the Kino Casino shit taken down on everything except for D-Live, then D-Live shuts down in 2 months, you know what? I'd say fair game. Fucking flag the quartering shit. Dude's a retard too. Fuck him. I don't advocate for flagging people over bullshit unless they flag you first. It's called eye for an eye and the world goes blind. A ball for a ball and the world goes nuts. That's what I say. So,
It's like
let's
nuclear
hear your
weapons,
thoughts.
isn't it? It's like
What?
nuclear weapons.
Exactly. Mutually assured destruction. If we started doing this, all these retards wouldn't be fucking flagging each other. But no, I'm gonna have to be the bigger man in this scenario. No, the fuck you're not, because it's gonna happen to other people, even more people, and then it's gonna happen to somebody you care about. Then you're gonna get pissed off. So just fucking do it.
And this is
And you're gonna have to come back as cartoons.
Can I say something?
Yeah, hold on. I want to say this real quick, and then I'll let you say something, because this is the quartering showing screenshots. It seems like the Kino Casino has flagged them back, and they have retaliated against Jeremy. And obviously, it's like Jeremy did start
Fair
it
game.
first, so it is fair game. But that's the thing. This is the point I'm gonna make though. Because I know Jim has a lot to say. Kino Casino and the quartering, they both suck. They both are not free speech warriors. They both are not against flagging. They both flag people all the time. So I feel like if both of them get flagged right now because they're flagging each other, they both deserve it because they're both pieces of shit. They're both grifters. They're both liars. And they're both just cancer to the platform. And that's just the truth. The quartering's a cancer to the platform because he pretends to be for free speech, but then when people criticize him, he flags them down. Kino Casino and Andy Worski, they're the same way. They're the same way. Now, Jim.
Well, I just have one thing to say to kind of counteract.
All right, hold on. Go ahead, because then Jim also wants to say something.
Yeah, because it's like, Kino Casino provides much more substance than fucking quarter poundering, bro.
Not really.
Quartering. No, I believe they do.
No, they don't. They dox and ruin
hold on.
people's lives. They literally shield for Israel, but go ahead.
Obviously, yeah, but I still think they offer more substance than the quartering, bro. It's like, yeah, both of them are shit. But, like, which one is worse? Brain cancer or fucking, what is it? Fucking brain cancer or thyroid cancer? You're probably going to die from both, but which one is worse? The quartering is brain cancer. Fucking Kino Casino's thyroid cancer. You can deal with thyroid cancer, I think. I'm not a fucking doctor, but there's just brain cancer sounds worse to me. I think you can deal with the Kino Casino more than you can deal with the quartering at this point, because quartering is so fucking insufferable. We already knew the Kino Casino was insufferable, but at least sometimes they're funny. I laugh at some shit they do. The quartering is just so fucking bad, you can't even fucking laugh at them, that guy. It's like you just want to fucking it's secondhand embarrassment. Makes you want to jump in front of traffic. How fucking cringe it is. Holy fuck.
All right, so Jim, what did you want to say?
So basically, my thoughts are I can go to sleep tonight, and honestly, I would not lose any sleep when I go to when my head hits that pillow. I will not lose any sleep if quartering manages to get all but their kick taken down. I will lose absolutely no sleep. Just like if, in retaliation, Jeremy loses everything but Rumble, I will not sleep less than I already sleep.
I'll probably sleep more.
And to be honest with you, at the end of the day, they are both bitchmate people, all three of them. Honestly, they were made in hell for each other. And the fanfic I could think of is that they all get together with Quartering's wife, and Andy fucks Quartering's wife because God knows PP can't. And PP's giving Andy directions of how to do it correctly, and Quartering sitting in the cuck chair in the corner saying, "Yes, mommy," or "Yes, daddy." And that is exactly how I see it, because they are all fucking awful, degenerate pieces of shit.
Well, what is
in their
quartering
own
doing? Joining
fucked up
Andy
way.
in on it?
Bro, all I'm gonna say is they're all retarded. They're just retarded.
So the quartering is fucking PPP's fucking.
All right, so I want to bring
PPP
this
ain't
up
fucking
because
nobody. Andy's fucking everybody.
I wanted to bring this up
Yep,
because it
sounds
does
about right.
it does prove my point of Kino Casino and quartering being just as bad as each other. This is an old Ethan Ralph tweet from 2024, but it's relevant because they still do this kind of stuff to this day. And basically, Ethan Ralph says, PPP, Asher Parks, and Andy Worski celebrate their paymaster, Gabe Hoffman, doxing Stone Toss for no reason. They're moralizing liars at the Kino Casino, laugh at harassment and innocent cartoonists telling Stone Toss to get on the Zion train, a.k.a. support Israel or get doxed. And let's see the clip.
Here, some people are even saying 1488 PPP. I'm not really sure
I don't know what that means.
they mean by that. But
Everyone retweet, by the way. Whoops.
Apparently, Rabbi Hoffman's been going throughout the land causing chaos, fucking felting Stone Toss. Fuck, listen, buddy, when you cross the Jews and the Jewish mafia, you fucking lose, pal.
How much you want to bet this fat fuck
You
is
have
in
to
the
get on
GDF?
board the train of Zion.
Woo!
Let's fucking rise up.
He's in the Jewish Defense League. Meanwhile, all the Chads are in the Goyim Defense League.
But starting about that, it's just like you can't sit there and say you're against doxing and flagging and deplatforming, but then when your Jewish master Gabe Hoffman does the same exact thing, you say, "Oh, let's go! Thank you, Gabe. That's so base. Look at him dox that person. That is so base. That's so funny."
Who the fuck is that?
He's a Jewish billionaire that the Kino Casino gets money from to attack Nick Fuentes, RPG. That's why I say,
oh my god, you can't be fucking real. And people listen to this fucking idiot, these idiots, dude.
And in fact,
they have to be paid money to say shit. We don't have to be paid shit to say what we fucking think. You're getting paid money to fucking say what you don't even probably fucking believe, you fucking retards. God, you fucking idiots make me sick. You're no better than the quartering, because that retard's getting the same shit. Oh, but we don't support doxing. Okay, I'm glad you got doxed, Stone Toss, for calling out our favorite Jewish financier, fucking, what is it, Gabe Hoffman. Yeah, fuck you. Awesome. Fucking gay retards. This is so fucking gay. This is incredible. Guys, this is so incredible, isn't it? Fuck.
Triple P was cloned from Randy Fine's DNA, okay, folks?
You know what? More and more. Well, might have had a mutation because Randy finds a fucking skeleton and PPP's a fucking beluga whale.
Did he? Oh, maybe he had a Palestinian diet, but I don't know. I'll tell you this, folks. Right here, right now, this is the alien versus predator mindset. Whoever wins, we lose. And it's getting to a point where victory in such situations is simply survival, right? The longer you stay at the top of the tree, the more likely you're going to get thrown off of it. And in Triple P's case, it's going to cause one hell of a fucking explosion. But in the case for the quartering, a lot of people have wanted the quartering to collapse for years, and Kino Casino is simply a means to an end. Once plenty of influential people want Kino Casino washed away, then other people will be found to be means to an end for dealing with Warski, who turns people into cocaine, and Triple P, who eats people for a living.
I mean, he is the diabetesaurus, according to Razorfist.
Yes.
Well, Razorfist is also shilling for Israel now. Did fucking Dave Hoffman pay that punk?
Probably.
It was actually.
I used to think this fucking guy was base. Now he's not.
Nah, he was always a piece of shit.
Yeah, but so am I. I have to have a piece of shit idol to justify being a piece of shit. Now I don't have that anymore because I'm a piece of shit and I don't like Israel. But the only person that made me keep being a piece of shit now is shill for Israel. Never meet your heroes, man.
But yeah, he was always a piece of shit. He was just less of a piece of shit than Andy Koksky and I can't find my PPP.
I can't find my PPP. That's honestly funny. But I wanted to go over this. I wanted to go over this.
One of his stomach flaps, and he has to lift up like 50,000 more to even see it, but he can't even see it.
I also wanted to cover this too because a lot of people say, "Where's the evidence that PPP and Andy get paid by Dave Hoffman? Where's the evidence?
Why would they show for some random fucker most people never heard of?
Well, here's
Occam's razor.
But here's RPG Teddy Feezer. This is the source because this is the guy that Gabe Hoffman paid the Kino Casino to go after, and Andy Warski admits it, but then PPP tries to get him to shut up. So here's what the clip. It goes beyond that. Gabe is actively using them.
The fat person.
All right, can I read?
Sure.
All right. It goes beyond that, though. Gabe is actively using them to attack his enemies. In this script, the brain-dead moron Ashton is so graciously pretends that his co-host Warski accidentally lets it slip. It was Gabe who told them to start attacking me, which Ashton attempts to cut off if nothing weird is going on. Why did Ashton do that? And we're going to go over the clip, and then I'll let Dan and others give their perspectives.
I got Israel on my mind, guys.
Remember, I won. Teddy Feezer lost everything. Total Jewish victory. Let's go! Let's go, Uncle Gabe.
But all it took was me to go, Gabe to be like, "Hey, Ashton, show this on your show."
And we got Kino Chuck Snito for 5.
Notice how
Hoffman for
Notice how as soon as Andy says that, oh yeah, Gabe told us to show this, Ashton's just like, oh, anyways, this other donation. That's how you know they're getting paid. That's how you know they're doing shady business when they don't even, when Andy tries to talk about it, Ashton's telling him to shut up. And it's like, if this doesn't prove that the Kino Casino are paid shills just like the quartering is, then I don't know what to tell you. I really don't know what to tell you. Like, they're all paid. They're all being paid to say things they don't truly believe in. They all attack people just for benefit. They have no true morality. They really don't. In fact, me and Dingy were talking about this off air, and I wanted to bring this up on the stream. How did the Kino Casino even start? They started by attacking Ethan Ralph and trying to get Ethan Ralph to basically commit suicide. And all the ones that are there in 2022, we all remember that. We all remember what they did. We all remember them saying that they wanted Ralph to kill himself. They wanted Ralph to be dead. We all remember that from 2022. The ones that were there for it, like me, I'm sure Digny probably saw a lot of that shit too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Like, they literally were saying that their whole show was to make sure that Ethan Ralph gets flagged off of everything, to make sure that he gets fully deplatformed. But yet they want to get mad when the Quartering deplatforms them for having that. Because that's the thing. The Quartering's mindset is their mindset against Ethan Ralph, literally. Because you had Keno Shea, you have all these Twitter accounts. When Ethan Ralph was on Cozy, they were saying, why is he on Cozy? He needs to lose his money. He needs to lose his revenue. He needs to lose everything. And it's like, why am I going to side with the Keno Casino over the Quartering when they're just as bad? And why am I going to side with the Quartering when the Quartering's also just as bad and a faggot and a retard? That's why I say all three of these people are the same motherfucking person. And this is why I wanted to cover it, to let the people in the Ravencast know, to let all of y'all know, all these people suck. They all suck. They all have no morals. They have no morality. None of them have any morality whatsoever. In fact, there's so many clips. I could keep playing more and more clips. I can go literally all night long about how the Keno Casino cannot cry about the Quartering flagging because Andy in 2021 used to be the biggest flagger on the planet. And in fact, he's from the sector where they flag people all the time. So it's like, why are you, a guy in the sector that flags people, complaining about the Quartering flagging you? Shouldn't you just flag them back and not more grandstand? Because if the Keno Casino were just to flag them back without more grandstanding about it, then I would have a lot more respect for them versus them more grandstanding about it, acting like they're against it and they're above it when they're not. It's like, that's the problem I have with the Keno Casino is they act like they're above everything. They act like they're above everyone. They act like they have all these morals. They act like they have all this power and all this stuff, all this influence, all this control and all this. But in reality, they're just as bad as the people they call out. And it's like they could literally be friends with the Quartering if they just talk things out, because them and the Quartering agree on a lot than they think. They literally just make fun of them because either Gabe Hoffman or someone is paying them to go after the Quartering, because that's the only reason they'll go after someone is if they're being paid or influenced by a larger creator to go after someone, because Keemstar has used them to go after people. All these big creators use Keno Casino as a lapdog. Keno Casino is just the big creators' lapdogs to go after people. That's it.
Which explains how they've survived for so long, by being a means to an end. I mean, this topic, folks, is living proof that content creation is just as predatory an industry as Hollywood and Washington. Simple as that. Because if you want to succeed as a content creator, you've got to resonate with viewers on the outside, and you've got to throw other creators under the bus on the inside. You fight for yourself and only for yourself. The type of creators who are good people are the type of creators who get shunned, who get exiled, wiped out, or never really have a chance to succeed. Because this industry, content creation, live streaming, it is an industry, and it is just as predatory as Hollywood, as Washington. And it's look, guys, same shit, different day.
And Cancel This Podcast brings up a good point. Hell, they gave Mike Collins $9 just to support it. All it took for that one guy was $9. That's how you know people are just so fucking greedy and so fucking stupid, and you can't really trust any of these influencers. Also, I saw Dan wanted to unmute. Dan, you have any other perspective? Because I'm done putting up clips, so you can say whatever now. Dan?
While he's mute, I'll just say quite frankly, it's this impossible situation like we're seeing in Iran, where no matter what choice you make, you're gonna lose. Because let's face it, all the congressmen who do not take APAC money, which is not many, but there are a few, their lives are not good lives in Washington, okay?
Look at Thomas Massey. We reviewed Thomas Massey, and look what happened to Thomas Massey. His staff are being blackmailed every day. His staff are being threatened. In fact, apparently Trump has sent Cash Patel staff members to imitate a few Thomas Massey staff members, according to Thomas Massey. So it's like, yeah, that's literally the life of a congressman that doesn't basically buy into the establishment. And that's the same with content creators. That's the same with small content creators like me. I'm a nobody, and these people have tried to fuck me over and silence me. And you can even ask Dan. These people have tried to come after me for years over shit. And I'm the smallest motherfucker. I literally benefit nobody, and they literally think I'm a threat. They think March for America, a march that had 4 people on it, is a threat.
Well, they're so fucking stupid that they don't know that there's certain people you can silence and certain people you can't.
You're a foundation creator, Triton. You can help provide a foundation for a community to grow. And that's very dangerous in this day and age. I mean, for me personally, it's very, very simple. If you say the right things, if you're friendly with the right people, you can get very popular very quickly and make a lot of money doing this.
What?
But if you stay true to who you are, if you stand by what you believe, you're going to find it very difficult to grow.
And in fact, let me tell y'all this too. 2021, this channel used to get like 2,000-3,000 views a video because I was kissing Keemstar's ass every day. And then as soon as I stopped kissing Keemstar's ass, all those people that used to support me in 2021, 2022, and give me all those views and subs, they all left my channel because I started calling out Keemstar, and a lot of them got salty and mad. And you could literally look at the views. You literally go look at my Snapper Wolf coverage when I was pro Keem. I literally got like 3,000 views. But when I get anti-Keem, I'm only getting like 100 views when I'm anti-Keem. That's how you know. Like, I could literally grow and get 1 million subs overnight if I just believed in the establishment, started basically kissing up to every pro-Israeli influencer, and my career would literally be... But that's the thing. I don't need that. I come on here to tell the truth. I come on here to be myself, and if it gets me just 3, 4, or 2 viewers, I'm fine with that, because at the end of the day, I am stronger than all these people, because no matter what these people put me through, no matter the low numbers, no matter like all the shit they put me through, I'm still here with my true opinions, and I'm not shutting the fuck up, because they want me to shut the fuck up. They want someone as small as me to shut the fuck up, and it's like, I'm not going to. Because at the end of the day, it's like, I don't care if I get big or not. I'm just here to tell the truth, and people are here to listen. And it seems like a lot of people that do listen actually do respect my opinions a lot, because I'm right about a lot of shit I say. And I'm willing to say things that no one else is willing to say. That's the thing with the quartering at Kino Casino. I've watched Augie's coverage. I've watched all the other coverages. And literally all of them are just kissing Kino Casino's ass without calling them out too. And it's like, bro, yes, the quartering's a piece of shit. Yes, the quartering's a lying faggot. But at the same time, you can't sit there and say Kino Casino are the good guys in this. You can't sit there and say, oh yeah, they're hypocritical and they're just as bad as the quarter. You can't, because that's what they are. And I'm willing to say it because I know that's the truth. But Augie's not willing to say it. Dioyo's not willing to say it. Anyone else that's covered this situation other than me and Ralph have not had the guts to say the fucking truth. And a lot of people want to say, too, you're just mad because you hate Kino Casino. If I was just mad and I was just a casino hater, I'd be kissing the quartering's ass right now and trying to get the quartering to come on for an interview. I'm not going to even do that because I'm not on the quartering side. I'm on my own side on this. I have my own perspective. I'm on my own team.
Personally, Triton is the only person on this panel who has been completely wiped out as a result of standing by principle and going against the grain. I can tell you that it's so liberating to be deplatformed, because another defeat is just another defeat. And that is the enduring presence of this network, is that I know it will never fade away. Because I know fundamentally what I have done. I have not changed the format of doing what I have done for 6 years, because I know doing what I do works. And I will be able to, as the Democrats say, I'll be able to build back better, bro.
This is why I got nothing but love for Triton. He's real and gets it. I really appreciate it, and I really appreciate you listening, because that's the thing. You're not going to agree with me 24/7, obviously. Like, no one is, because at the end of the day, we're all individuals. We all have our own perspectives. But I just say everything from my own mind, because at the end of the day, that's how you do this. That's how you actually get a show to success. That's how you get a good, loyal community. Fuck the numbers. I'd rather have 1 to 2 real fans than 10 to fake fans that are just going to hate me whenever I make one wrong decision. And that's why I think I'm better than all these other creators, not because I have more clout, obviously, but it's because I'm not going to submit to any fucking retard saying, you got to change your opinion, unlike the bigger creators will. Because that's the problem with the big creators is whenever their fan base turns on them, they submit and change their opinion just to get the fan base to like them. Me, when my fans are against me, I just say, hey, look, this is my opinion. You don't like it. You can disagree, but I'm not changing my opinion. I'm standing on this, and I'm willing to die for it.
When you
And if
cut
you
out a
can't,
man's tongue, you are not proving him a liar. You are only proving you fear what he has to say, which might be the truth.
honestly, that is the real. That is real. That is the
Honestly,
quote
I
of
think
the
you'll
day.
find the average viewer doesn't always go with the masses. It's just a few whiners that complain, and those are the ones that get all the
they're
attention.
the loudest ones, and they need
But
to be
you know what's the
fucking popped in the mouth.
But
to
you know
shut
what's the
fuck
problem?
up.
Those whiners will not have any power if the bigger creators did not give them that power.
I'm
Anyways,
not going to.
and I
And
know
we're not
Digny
going
has
to.
to go soon, so we're gonna go ahead and get to our last final topic. And after this topic,
sure.
we're basically in the show because it's not 90 minutes yet. But I know, like, as soon as like we hit the 90-minute mark, you do have to bounce. So I'm gonna go ahead, get the last topic up, and then let Digny bounce so he can bounce. But obviously, this probably was a good show because low key, like, I'm just giving the real, and not only that, but I like also situations like the Quartering and Kino Casino where I can call out both sides because I want people to understand I'm my own individual and I don't take either side. And I like when there's a situation where I can just criticize both sides because at the end of the day, it's like that's how you know I'm real. Because if I was fake, I would literally say, I hate the Kino Casino. I fully support the Quartering. It's like, no. Just because I hate the Kino Casino doesn't mean I'm going to side with the Quartering. I'm going to stay on my own side. And like Nick says, always take your own side. Always take your own side. Always. But now I'm going to go ahead. Well, I'll pull this up. But yeah. So the last final topic is an Nintendo segment. Basically, Nintendo lying. So yeah, that's fun. But you want to cover that? I just got to pull that up real quick because I have to go to the Discord because Torn posted in Well, no, I posted in Discord last night.
Sure, it's perfectly fine. I mean, it's not surprising the way Nintendo's going, and I ultimately believe this is eventually how Steam's going to end up, because the old guard will pass away and the new guard is full of clout-chasing millennials.
Yeah, and that's the problem. It's like when a good CEO passes away, you always get a shittier CEO that just ruins the company.
Yeah,
and basically-
apparently the current CEO of Nintendo of Japan was part of their banking division, from what I hear.
Yep.
Originally.
Big
Not
fucking
good, man.
surprise.
It's not good at all.
Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'll just put in the fucking.
It's not going to end well. It's not going to end well.
Definitely not going to end well at all. And that's the thing too. It's like, like I said, like every time I cover this, I literally say, why doesn't Nintendo and Pocket Pair just have a friendly competition? That way, both companies can benefit, and we don't have to cover this like drama. We can cover this like, hey, this is a friendly competition. We actually have something positive in the news. Because Nintendo and Pocket Pair would literally make everyone's day if they just got along. But the problem is Nintendo doesn't want them to get along, and that's why we've been having a lot of shit, because Nintendo just doesn't want to lose the lawsuit. They want to find anything they can to take down Pocket Pair. All right, but yeah, let's go ahead and...
I mean, this is the ultimate end game when it comes to the corporate mindset, though. And unfortunately, what's happened to Nintendo, it happened to Sony and Microsoft a long time ago. It's ultimately going to end up happening to Steam, but I think Steam has another 5 to 10 years before, for lack of a better word.
Yeah, I think Gabe still has some life in him.
Because he's like in his 60s, right?
Yeah.
From what I understand, though, Gabe's training his son to be just like him.
Well, hopefully. Hopefully, as long as Steam stays a private company, it can prevail. For better or for worse, it has the makings to prevail.
Basically, if Steam is not a private company anymore, that basically just kisses Steam goodbye, because that's when all corporate corruption comes in.
Absolutely. But Nintendo really started sliding with the Switch too, because Nintendo has this problem. And it's had this problem, I think, since the Nintendo 64, where the Nintendo 64 went toe-to-toe with the original PlayStation and quite frankly lost. It lost because it wasn't as cost-effective as the PlayStation. So they decided to go all out with the GameCube, and it barely made its money back. Nintendo hasn't been a conventional console gaming company in 20 years. The Wii is not a conventional console, neither is the Wii U, the Switch, or the Switch 2, quite frankly. So that's led, for better or for worse, to a lot of innovations and developments at Nintendo that has ultimately led to its present position as this lawsuit-hungry, trigger-happy, censorious cabal, which exists in Nintendo of America and in Nintendo of Japan now. I mean, where can they take the Switch concept, guys? What's the Switch 3 going to be like? It's just going to be bigger, with a bigger screen, bigger controllers.
Literally no
better
changes
movement control.
whatsoever.
It's just going to be the same thing.
Same thing, but it's like how Mad Black Entertainment talks about Dragon Ball. It's the same thing with the new coat of paint. Like, they put new coat of paint on, they just make some small change and say, "Hey, this is a big change, guys. Look." But in reality, it's just a screen bigger. That's literally it. It's literally like Dragon Ball. It's literally like Dragon Ball Super, what they're doing with the Battle of Gods and shit. And that's why it's like with Nintendo, it's like I'm literally critical of it, because it's literally like they're rehashing old things, coming out with new Switches, pretending they're new, but scamming people because it's literally the same thing, just a bigger screen.
Look at Steam. Look at the innovations they're putting forward in terms of hardware. And historically, Steam has been at its weakest when it comes to hardware. Look at the Steam Deck. Look at the Steam Machine, or the GameCube, whatever you want to call it. Look at the newest Steam controller, which is far better than its previous attempt at a controller. I ain't no VR fan, but even Steam is trying to make their own VR-based system. They are going on the offensive on every front because they know the games industry across the board is weak.
Yeah, and everybody's trying to accuse them of being a monopoly, despite the fact they're not. It's a monopoly if you have a death hold on stuff that clearly works. It's not a monopoly.
Maybe be better
if they keep shooting themselves in the head, right? But yeah, guys, I'm gonna have to go because something just came up. I will talk to you in a bit.
All right, you take care, man. Thanks for coming on the show. You've had a lot of great points and funny
jokes. The
jokes.
only reason they're so much better than their competition is because the other companies don't know how to compete properly. They want money over actually servicing their customers.
Well, quite frankly, I don't think the rest of the console games industry, I don't think they understand the ecosystem they exist within. I think
You're
Microsoft
here to serve
was the
consumers,
first to
nothing more,
not
nothing less.
understand. What was that?
You're here to serve the consumers, nothing more, nothing less.
Well, Atari overserved the consumers and it killed their company.
Well,
quite frankly, if your only purpose as a games company,
to be fair,
is to serve a consumer base,
you're gonna fucking games on their platform.
You're gonna overserve, and people are gonna get sick of it. That's how Atari fell apart. So I can understand your mindset, Taran, but just appealing to the lowest common denominator and mass producing game releases is not the way to make the games industry or make gaming.
Oh no, I wasn't saying
again.
that. You have to produce quality products too.
Well, that's the fine balance.
Also, consumers are very different than they were back then too. They know how stupid, and also most of that shit that was produced was third-party shovelware that was created by a bunch of assholes that didn't know what the fuck they were doing when they made games.
How much of Steam's library was made by Valve?
Not very much of it, honestly. And also, Steam does have a shovelware problem. I'm not denying that. But so does most other storefronts.
Valve and Steam really succeeded, not for being a games developer, although that was certainly the core of their foundation.
Yeah.
Valve through Steam became a great success in a sense because it became the YouTube of gaming, in a sense, right? A platform, a gaming platform, in a sense that Xbox failed to be, especially during the Xbox One era. I just want to make it very clear: Nintendo have created rather a fortress around themselves, which has been great for gatekeeping. The problem is gatekeeping isn't really effective when the infection is inside your fortress.
Exactly.
And here's the result. I also believe that the fact that gaming became so popular and so lucrative also added to the industrialization or institutionalization of the community, which also led to the kind of poisoning.
I do want to go ahead and read this too.
Sure.
Nintendo is reportedly circulating false information intentionally as a deliberate strategy to identify leakers. So basically pulling the Benjamin Netanyahu strategy.
It's basically a trap.
These may affect some news we heard this may affect some news we heard this past days while autism is affecting me right now, including Luigi's Mansion movie, a new game, new classic style Star Fox game on Switch 2, the Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time remake, and the next 3D Mario delayed until 2027. Source Nintendo Prime. So it seems like any Nintendo information that has been coming out recently, a lot of it is false, and we can't take it by the word, basically. Just because a journalist or someone says something like, oh, the game's coming out, and it seems like information about these things right here, we need to double check, and a lot of it could be false. So yeah, a lot of the people that reported on this, y'all look fucking stupid. Ha 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 ha. That's why you fact check your shit. Because stuff like this happens all the time. And in gaming news, especially in gaming, you have to fact check. And also, we lost Jim.
Oh, did we?
That's I didn't notice.
I'm gonna ask and be like, "What? Where you at?" But yeah,
there you go. Let's have some Trump dignity because my Prime dignity malfunctioned.
Oh, nice.
Oh yeah, but that's the thing. It's like that's why it's like you can't really trust anything that Nintendo says, and it's like honestly though, doing that's not how you find the leakers. It just makes the public not want to trust you even more. So I feel like them doing it is a smart strategy, but it's like you're fucking over your consumers because you're basically putting false hope in consumers' heads, and they're not going to be getting what they want because you just lied to bait. It's like, why lie anyway? I don't know. It's just fucking. You know what? What I would have done? I would have told them something true. Told a few people suspected of the leakers something true. And if they leaked that, I would have sued them and fired them and fucked them over for doing that. That's how you do it. That's the honest way to do it.
Here's the thing. I told you this in the chat. It's a double-edged sword for Nintendo.
It is a double-edged sword for sure.
Because while it allows them to identify assholes that will ruin everything for the other players, it also freaking ruins the trust the customers have in them.
Yeah, and that's why I think it's a bad idea because exactly it ruins the trust of the consumer. It ruins the consumer's bond with
And
Nintendo.
Right now, Nintendo needs that consumer trust because they're not doing so well.
They're not. A lot of people are turning on them, and in order for you to stop that, you have to build up trust. And if you don't build up trust, more and more people are just going to leave, and Nintendo's going to lose more and more money every single year. They're not going to make as much money as they did last year or the years before because they keep on doing shit that's taking their reputation. And if you keep on taking your own reputation as a gaming company, people are not going to buy what you have. They're not going to buy what you're selling. They don't buy.
It's definitely a big problem. It's
definitely a big problem because you're basically like, let's say you are a Nintendo consumer and you found out that Nintendo was lying just to bait leakers. Are you going to trust that company? Are you going to trust everything that's said about Nintendo, especially coming from them? No, because you don't know what's true and what's not. And that's the thing. It's like I have a lot of, Jim's not going to be coming back. Wish you luck, Jim. Sorry that boomers are causing you they're causing you shit. Fuck boomers. Anyways, back to the topic at hand. But that's the thing. It's like, for me, it's like I grew up on Nintendo products. Like when I was younger, I grew up on Mario. And as a former Nintendo fan, I don't trust the company anymore. Because for one, they're suing competitors. Two, they're basically putting bait information and spreading false information just to identify a few leakers. And that may not be successful because you don't know people's private messages. You could talk to someone and they talk to someone and you don't know who was leaked. It's just not a good idea to do. And that's why I'm against it.
And that's why Nintendo will ultimately go down the drain. It's been fun, guys. Unfortunately, I got to prep for another network show in 25 minutes.
You can go ahead and, because you did say you'd be on 90 minutes, so you can go ahead and get up.
Yep.
All right, you take
guys
care,
can
man.
wrap things
Later,
up and see you next Sunday. Okay.
All right, see you next Sunday.
Bye for now.
Bye for now. Also, Torin, there is one more thing we could cover. It relates to the quartering thing, and it's up to you because I'm willing to cover it because it's only an 8-minute video. But Melody Mack has made her video defending the quartering, and I feel like that's like the only thing that's literally giving the quartering side. And I feel like I could literally break that apart. Would you want to react to it?
I mean, let's be honest. Melanie Mack's a clown too.
I know, but that's why I want to, because I want to make fun of her too. I want to.
Oh, sure. I'll listen to it. I'm actually playing a game right now, though.
Yeah, but I'll go ahead and pull that up. So
we're playing The Simpsons Hit and Run.
So before we go ahead and sign out, no, we're not leaving. So don't leave just yet, guys. We got just one more segment. I want to cover the Melanie Mack video because I feel like it just be fair. And not only that, but I did shit on Kino Casino a lot, and I want to shit on the quarter. I want to shit on all of them because they all fucking suck. They all just have no.
Yeah, I don't think we shit enough on Jeremy in the last segment.
Yeah, so we can in this one. Drama. There you go. Because I was wondering with the fucking videos. I was like, bro, what? But yeah, let's go ahead, pull this up.
Yeah, if we're gonna shit on both sides, we need to shit on them equally. So
exactly.
So right now it's pretty trendy for people to be hating on the quartering, and they're trying to drag me into it. So I'm gonna make a video about this. I've talked about it on streams and stuff in the past because it's been going on for months, and it's just insane. But it's like, whatever. I'm just gonna make a video, and these people are gonna constantly be lying anyway. But at the very least,
the problem is, I can't defend you guys when you guys lie too. The quartering lies a lot, and I'm sure you probably will lie in this video. And that's why it's like I can't be on your side either because you guys are just as bad as the casino. Jeremy literally begs people for money every single day and lies about shit just to make sure.
And you know what's sad about that? At first, I supported the fact he was trying to, spread out and do stuff other than YouTubing. But it got to the point where he was just begging constantly. And not only that, he started to just act like an idiot. So.
Yeah, that's another thing. It's like you started acting like an idiot. And it's like people are going to make fun of you if you act like an idiot. That's just how the internet is. That's how the internet world works. If you do something stupid, people are going to call you out for it. And they have a right to make fun of you, especially if you're acting like a lolcow on the internet. People are going to call you one.
I will address the parts that have to do with me so that they can't be talking for me. So it's become this this thing now where people are saying that the quartering makes me uncomfortable and I'm in some sort of like weird hostage situation and this, that, and the other, or whatever.
One thing I'll say about that is I kind of side with her on this one because it's like at the end of the day, she's a grown-ass woman. She can interact with whoever the fuck she wants. And if the quartering is making her uncomfortable, she can literally tell the quartering, hey, you're making me uncomfortable. Like, she's a grown-ass woman.
You know what's funny?
Like,
I was more concerned with the fact she made the video about herself.
Well, not really, because it's like they are dragging her name to it, and I think she is a local, and I feel like she is still like biased and defending Jeremy a lot. But same time, it's like they did bring her name up. It is a constant thing that it's a rumor that there's literally a rumor going around. I think Kino Casino started this, that the quartering was cheating on his wife with Melanie Mack. So it's like she kind of does have to be involved because they are dragging her name into it, and they're basically
That's fair.
So it's like technically, it's like I gotta give her that. Like, yeah, if she really thought the quartering was uncomfortable, she would have literally said, "Hey, stop talking to me." But she still talks to him, so it's like, what's the more fagging? Like, why are we more fagging? Oh, Melanie Mack chooses to talk to the quartering. It's like, who gives a fuck? I don't like the quartering. I would never talk to him personally, but
I wouldn't mind having a beer with him or something, but
I'll talk. Honestly, that's a lie because I would literally talk to anybody, even people I disagree with. But it's like,
I wouldn't want to be like best friends with him or anything.
Yeah, not like best friends. But it's like, even if Melanie Mack
it seems like to be interesting to talk to at the very least.
But it's like that's the thing. Even Melanie Mack literally like. She has the right to be friends with whoever she wants, and the whole moral faggy is like, why you talk to the court? It's like, who gives a fuck? Let people want to talk to whoever the fuck they want.
And it's just like, it makes no sense. I've been friends with the quartering for a very long time. It's been like 7 years now. And
Jesus.
I'm telling you, when I've had a bazillion people try to turn on me and try to cancel me or make a bunch of hate videos about me over various things, whether it be my Christian opinion being against the gay stuff, or when I didn't get the COVID jab and I had, I got canceled from like the liberal side of the gaming industry and all that, to Goonergate, which happened because last year, or what was that, last year or 2 years ago? I don't know. Anyway, whenever I like spoke out about as a Christian,
please help me. I don't agree with Goonergate.
Oh,
it should have never happened.
I don't agree with that either because it's like, oh my god,
people should be allowed to fucking masturbate if they want to.
Yeah, it's like, who gives a fuck? Oh, stop gooning! So it's like, bro, that's literally dumb shit.
I can masturbate to whatever the fuck I want, you stupid Christian bitch.
Yeah, that's another thing. That's why it's like I'm kind of against Melanie Mack. It's like, I'm a Christian, but it literally is against our religion to judge and try to police people's way of living.
Hell, I might masturbate to Melanie just out of pure spite.
Oh my god. She does. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. She does look pretty. Like, I do like the red hair, but she is kind of bitchy though. All right, just putting this on Twitter. All right, let's continue.
I'm not advocating for Gooner games. I don't like them and I don't play them, and that's not what I want to see in gaming. Then I had a bunch of people who, because that's the thing. I went from being canceled from one group of people to making new friends to...
No, I don't even think you got canceled. I just think a lot of people make fun of you because you say stupid shit. Like when you say, oh yeah, stop gooning games, people just laugh and think you're a fucking retard because it's like, why are you telling people, grown-ass men and grown-ass women, what to do with their body? If they want to goon to something, let them goon. As long as they're not gooning to illegal material, who gives a shit? Exactly. As long as it's not like to dead animals, dead people, like anything that's just disgusting or immoral, who gives a fuck? That's their own personal life. It's not like that's the thing too. I don't even like when people talk about what they goon to in public because it's like, that's your private life. Keep it to your private life.
I canceled this podcast. She acts like she never shoved her fingers or a cucumber up there before.
Literally, that's what she acts like. She's like, "Oh, I've never had sex. I've never sinned." Like, bro, we're all sinners at the end of the day, and this is why I can't stand Melanie Mack.
That's why God put us on this earth.
Yeah, because that's the thing. We sin. We're just supposed to repent. We're not supposed to judge people for it either. And the problem is,
it's okay to sin, just as long as you're like, "I'm sorry" afterwards.
like even then it's like that's the thing. Jesus, like, because that's the thing. I don't mean to get into religion too much, but she's bringing it up, so I gotta bring it up. Jesus says to forgive everybody because no one knows what they're doing. So technically, it's like a lot of us could be. Whoever asks for forgiveness can literally be forgiveness as long as you're genuine about it. As long as you're saying, "Hey, I truly didn't know what this was. I'm sorry. I wish I would not." Like that's the thing. Like you got to be true about your forgiveness, but even then, it's like you're not supposed to judge people because you judging people. Because like here's how Christianity sees it: when you judge people, why should you go to heaven? If you're judging that person, saying that person shouldn't go to heaven because they're watching Gooner material, why should you go to heaven? Because I'm sure you've done something like that, and that's the problem with people like Melanie Mack is they want to just judge people for shit all the time and dumb shit too that doesn't matter.
Bible beaters like her are the reason why I stopped being a Christian.
And this is the problem. It's like it kind of hurts me as a Christian because these people are turning a lot of my friends away from Christianity because they want a moral fag about stupid shit. They want a moral fag about gooning material. They want a moral fag about porn. They want a moral fag about weed. It's like stop moral fagging about dumb shit and actually bring up issues that are important, like Israel mocking Jesus Christ. That's way more important than someone gooning to some anime shit or some gaming shit. It's like, who gives a fuck?
To these new friends now turning on me because that's the thing. Content creators are like snakes. Most of them are.
I mean, she's right here.
She is right here. And that's why I'm going to say, trust nobody. Hell, don't even, like, that's the thing. You could trust me, but don't even trust me out the back. Trust me because you like my opinions and you know I'm right. Don't just trust me because I say something. Look into what I say. Because sometimes I could be unknowingly wrong sometimes. And I would like if people correct me and shit. But usually I'm always right. But even then, it's like, don't trust me. Look at it for yourself and come to your own conclusion. Because that's how, because for one, we're all different. We all have different perspectives. And just following somebody and following a perspective is stupid. God forgives, man judges. Exactly. God forgives and man judges. Literally, like everyone literally is bitching about all this stuff. It's like if God truly hated us for what we did, he would have gotten rid of us a long time ago. In fact, he gave us a second chance. He sent his only son to die for our sins so we can sin and make mistakes. Obviously, don't do it on purpose.
Not only is Bible beating bad for Christianity, it's also cringe.
It's cringe and it's also against Christianity. And I'm not going to say if someone's going to hell on that, but it's like if you're telling people that they're going to go to hell over this and that, you're most likely going to go to hell because you're wishing that on other people. You basically get what you wish on upon others. Genuine. Like, that's why it's like whenever I say stupid shit, I always say, hey, look, I was just angry. I didn't mean it. Because, like, you can't wish bad on other people, even if there are pieces of shit. Because you wishing bad on someone gets bad on you. And that's why it's like, at the end of the day, it's like, that's why I don't agree with Christians that tell people they're going to hell for this and that. Because at the end of the day, it's like, why should you go? Like, you're no better than that person you're shitting on. So why, like, that's why it's like, I'm tired of a lot of these Zionist Christians, Catholics. Like, I'm just tired of people just judging people. It's like, we should just preach the word of Christ and not be so judgmental.
They don't care anything for just some clicks, anything for some clicks and some views. So they will.
But your friend Jeremy's like that. How many people did the quartering turned on for clicks? Like, come on. In fact, he was literally fighting with Tim Pool like a few months ago over clicks and shit. So it's like, what are you on about? Like, that's the thing. Yeah, you are right.
They were fighting too because they used to be good friends.
And now they were fighting over some dumb shit because the quartering wanted clout and the quartering wanted drama to start. And so he found a slight disagreement with Temple, turned on Temple, and now is wanting Temple. Like, he literally begs for Temple to block him, so unblock him a lot of the times. He's like, Temple, please unblock me. I didn't mean what I said a few months ago. I'm sorry. It's like, that is so pathetic. You are a pathetic excuse of a man, quartering. And that's why it's like, I'm not siding with the quartering against Kino Casino. It's like, as much as I hate the Kino Casino, the quartering is literally no better. And that's why I'm shitting on this video, because I don't think you should be defending the quartering. I believe you should be like me and shit on both sides because they both are fake, moral fag, free speech people that pretend to be for free speech, but aren't. Because as soon as you criticize them, they will flag you down. That's the thing. I'm sure the stream will get flagged down but just because I'm shitting on Andy and the quartering, they will both. I bet you I'll get 2 flags, and it's literally from both of them just angry at what I'm saying. So it's like I'm kind of putting myself at risk a little bit because I'm literally calling out 2 flaggets, but at the same time, I don't give a fuck because at the end of the day, if they flag me, they just prove my point. If they come after me, they just prove my point.
Turn on people. So the amount of people who actually have your back is so few and far between.
But you shouldn't care about that. And that's another thing, too. You shouldn't care if someone has your back based on opinions because at the end of the day, you and Jesus Christ are your only 2 best friends. It's yourself and the Father. That's it. All these other humans, they're just temporarily. And that's the thing. It's like I have good friends like Torrance. Like I have you. I think we'll be friends forever and shit. There are a few people that I see myself being friends with forever. But it's like the end of the day, it's like, yeah, value friendships and find ways to work out disagreements. But at the same time, always stay to your values. Stay true to your values and never change for another person. Don't change for me. Don't change for Harali. Don't change for anybody. Because at the end of the day, being yourself is what matters more, and being real and calling shit how it is.
I mean, I'm going to stop you there for a second just to say, if you're a piece of shit, change yourself, please.
Yeah, that's the thing. If you're a piece of shit, yeah, change yourself. But it's like, don't be just changing yourself because other people are telling you to. Change yourself because you want to be a better person. You want to be a better person genuinely. You want to be better.
Exactly.
Like, change yourself based on your heart and for the good. Don't change yourself for other people, for the establishment, or for the world, because I'm going to be completely real. The world is not your friend, and the world is your worst enemy because the world is evil as fuck. They're just as evil, if not more evil, than an average person like me because they fucking cheat, steal, lie, deplatform, they do all this shit.
And that's the thing, is the quartering had my back. He stayed a loyal friend, and that's how he is with his friends. He stayed a loyal friend, had my back when I had.
Ask Temple, because Temple hasn't blocked or had him block a few months ago. Ask Temple and see if Temple feels that way.
Had mob after mob go against me for stupid stuff. People lying on me, people making stuff up.
That's the internet, and you just have to just stay true to your value. I ain't gonna complain about because I know people are gonna lie. People lie about me all the time. In fact, a certain person, I'm not going to name by name, has said I literally took psychedelics on March for America. And it's like, I've never taken psychedelics in a day of my life. So it's like.
The closest you've taken to that is weed.
Literally
and
weed.
That's different.
And that's literally different. And not only that, but the weed I smoke is legal because I have a medical card. So it's like, yeah, can't. But that's the thing. People just lie and say stupid stuff just so they can get you to respond. Because you know why the people lie about me the way they do? It's because they want me to respond and they want a back and forth. But when I don't give it to them, they eat each other. That's what Melanie Mac and the quartering should do. Ignore Kino Casino and let Kino Casino eat people in their own clique. Let Kino Casino go eat Augie, Star, and those
when
people.
When they run out of content, they'll try and make content out of each other. They've done it
they
before,
literally.
They'll do it again.
And not only that, but once Andy and PPP run out of people to make content on, they will make content on each other. Kino Casino will be split, and they will be making content on each other once they run out of mutual
All it
targets.
takes is one disagreement.
All it takes is one disagreement. And right now, the reason why the Kino Casino has stayed as long as it has is because they have this Jewish billionaire having them both by the balls, so they can't even disagree with each other, because if they disagree with each other, they disagree with that billionaire. And they don't want to disagree with the billionaire, so they have to agree with each other in order for them to please their Jewish master, Gabe Hoffman.
All kinds of stuff. And so whenever, literally the best friend I've ever made in this space, because after that first time where I got canceled and like I wasn't, doing mainstream stuff in the gaming industry anymore because I said the things I wasn't allowed to say. I spoke against the.
You're allowed to say them. It's just you have stupid opinions. Like, people disagreeing with you is not canceling. Have you had, like, let's think, Melanie, have you had people leak your phone number or do? I mean, I'm sure you probably have. It's like I'm not even a big creator, and I had that shit. I've had people dox me, try to ruin my life, and all this other shit. So it's like that's the thing. And to be fair, it's like, it ain't people censoring you. Like, yeah, some people probably do censor you because everyone gets censored, unfortunately. But a lot of people probably just calling you retarded because that's the thing. You do have stupid takes.
Because I wasn't allowed to speak out against.
Stop being an idiot.
I didn't get the COVID jab, all this and that. And so it was like I went from mainstream gaming industry stuff to independent content creator who just,
And that's how you should be as an independent content creator. Because when you're mainstream, you literally have to say what the mainstream media wants. And I'm never going to do that dumbass shit. So I'd rather just be on this channel. And if this channel just has 5 viewers for the rest of my life, so fucking be it. Because I could be myself. I could say whatever the fuck I want without people getting, well, that's like, people still get mad all the time. But like, I'm not on a company where like I lose money or lose anything because I never put myself in a position where I'm getting funding from these people. That's why these people will never have me by the balls, because I'm never going to be owned by these people and I'm never going to be in bed with these people. And that's the thing. I know a lot of small content creators do watch me, and I know some of them are probably listening right now. If they're not going to listen now, they usually listen later because a lot of them do give me feedback and DMs. And to the small content creators that are listening, people like Jace, Destructor, and that, never ever sell out to any side, to any company. Do not sell out to the news media. Do not sell out to Trump. Do not sell out to MAGA. Do not sell out to Democrats. Do not sell to anybody on any side, even in the gaming industry. Do not sell to gaming journalists. Do not sell to anybody. Always be independent. Always be in control of your own stuff. Never ever let people control your opinions. You control your own opinions. And that's how I was able to survive so long. And that's how you guys can survive without being corrupted and compromised, is control your own opinions and learn to say no.
Fully independent. And
most mornings start before the sun comes up. And I do it for them. Getting up
early.
No
one cares.
This very channel, I started it because the Quartering mentored me and he told me to. He's like, you need to start a commentary channel. This would be great for you. And like, he helped me when I first started it. He made a video shouting it out. Like, and I wouldn't be where I am now in this space if it wasn't for the Quartering. So,
well, then suck his dick. Like, what else am I supposed to say to that? Go suck his dick. Go give him an award then, because clearly he hates his wife. So go give him an award. Go say, hey, thank you for defending me and starting my channel. Now I can give you some pussy. Because that's the thing. He has said a lot of weird stuff about Melanie Mac while drunk. So it's like, clearly he does want it.
Yeah, you're talking about
why though. His wife is hot.
His wife is hot. I don't get it either. Like, Melanie Mac's a beautiful woman too, but like, she's not as hot as Jeremy's wife. Like, Jeremy's wife's literally a MILF. I would literally let Jeremy's wife have my kids.
I don't think they have kids.
So I know, but she looks like a MILF. She looks like she'd be a good mom. But problem is, it's either Jeremy doesn't want to have kids or she doesn't want to have kids because she knows Jeremy would be a bad. I know that sounds a little personal, but it's like, come on, man.
I'm looking. I don't know. I think there's something going on behind the scenes with them. Their life isn't as good as he lets on.
Yeah. And that's the thing. And honestly, to that though, like, no one's life is good right now because we do live in time.
Yeah, I'm talking about their relationship.
No, yeah. The relation. That's the thing. You don't even know. But this thing, at the end of the day, it's like, the only reason people even make fun of the Quartering's personal life is because he airs it out. If he didn't air out his personal shit constantly, then nobody would make fun. That's the thing. When I get a wife or a girlfriend, I'm not going to even have her be involved. Like, I'm going to tell her what I do, but I'm going to be like, hey, I don't want you involved because I don't want you to be a target. And not only that, but I don't want to use content creation as like a thing to like justify a relationship. Like, that's out of the relationship. Content creation is separate from your personal life and your personal relationships, and especially your partner, because it's like, yeah, obviously they're going to know about it and they may help you behind the scenes, but putting them on camera, it's like everyone can judge it. And it's like, if you don't want your relationship to be dictated by people online, you might as well just handle it yourselves off the internet, so people can't, because people don't know what's going on. People can't make anything. People can't make assumptions because they don't know what's going on. If you don't tell them something happened, they're never going to know about it. If the Quartering never, like this thing, the Quartering probably could have came on to YouTube and not told anyone he had a wife, and no one would even know unless it got leaked. But even then, like, no one would be making fun of his wife if he didn't talk about his wife all the time on content creation. His wife wouldn't even be a target by the Kino Casino. Because you got to understand, like, if the quartering somehow watches this or somehow listens to this, you got to understand, the Kino Casino, they're single. They don't have wives. They literally are dating e-girls on the internet. They don't even have a real wife or real girlfriend.
Is Andy still with Liana?
Yeah, he's still with Liana, and that's the thing. She ain't a real girl. She's literally Miss Piggy. So it's like at the end of
Miss Piggy.
So at the end of the day, it's like, of course, Andy and people are going to judge.
That reminds me of the time Chemo Star literally just made fun of her in Tipster's chat. Oh my god. He called her Miss Piggy in a voice call, and then she contacts AP because she's like, and basically AP made this imitation of her. He's like, Chemo Star keeps calling me fat, and I'm not. Keeps calling me Miss Piggy, and I'm not fat.
Chemo Star keeps calling me Miss
Yeah, I was
Piggy.
trying to imitate an Australian accent, but yeah.
Chemo Star keeps calling me fat. Oh.
He keeps calling me Miss Piggy, and I'm not fat.
That's the thing. It's like
that was literally also AP's first interaction with him.
But that's the thing. Honestly, if you're with someone like Liana and you see someone like the Quartering have a wife that he has, oh my god, you're gonna feel so much rage, and that's probably why Andy keeps going at the Quartering, because Andy probably is jealous of the Quartering. Let's be real, because the Quartering does have a hot wife, have his own house and everything, while Andy still lives with PPP and other people. And don't even. I think. Like, that's the thing. Their living situation's hard because I keep hearing a lot of different things. I hear that they have their own apartment together. I hear that PPP and Andy are staying with Andy Worski's dad. So I don't know what their personal life is, and I really don't give a fuck. But it's like they clearly are jealous of the Quartering for having a hot wife and having a better wife, even though the Quartering is depressed all the time. It's like even though that's the thing. Andy is that low that the Quartering of all people has a better life than him. And that's just the truth. And it's not even me defending the Quartering. It's just true. That's the only reason PPP and Andy even go after the Quartering is jealousy. That's why they still go after Ethan Ralph 4 years later, because Ethan Ralph can literally go fuck any OnlyFans whore he wants and get clout and make more money off of it, while they just get the bitch because PPP is so fat he literally killed a girl that tried to fuck him. And Andy's just so coked out he doesn't even know where to stick it in at.
Friend I've made in this space, and telling me and trying to say that I'm uncomfortable or that I have any issue with him, but poor me, I can't speak out. First of all, I'm a grown woman. If I wanted to speak out against somebody, I would. But
see, that's the part I can give Melanie. That it's like if she wanted to speak out against the Quartering, she would have. And that's why it's like I think the Kino Casino are just a bunch of mole-fag retards, because like the Melanie Meg is so uncomfortable. It's like she would have said she was if she was truly uncomfortable. And she's literally saying it now. She's not uncomfortable. So it's like, why are you more fagging? There are plenty of stuff to call out Jeremy for. The e-begging, the lying, the grifting. Like, that's the problem, too, is Kino Casino finds the stupidest shit instead of
because they run out of content and they need to make more. So they go and make up shit.
They make up shit instead of using what's... I know only that. But if they actually used what's out there about the Quartering grifting and shit, they would look like hypocrites because they grift too. And not only that, but they've came out and said they love grifting. So it's like, of course they're not going to call Quartering a grifter because they love grifting. So instead they have to just make up shit or just, make up. They literally make up shit. Like how they tried to say Review Tech USA blinded his own daughter. Like, they literally just make up lies about people all the fucking time. And that's why I say it's like, yeah, the Quartering's a locale, but at the same time, it's like all these people supporting the Kino Casino are still fucking stupid at the same time.
Obviously, that's not the situation here. That's just a bunch of lies. Everything saying that he's making me uncomfortable, this, that, it's a bunch of lies. And so...
that's what the Kino Casino does. They lie. They've lied all the time. In fact, their whole show started out to literally try to bait Ethan Ralph into suicide, but Ethan Ralph's such a strong man. That's another thing too. It's like they tried to get they literally left a moral fact, but they literally made jokes about Ethan Ralph killing himself over the lies they were spreading. Because they were spreading 2022, they were spreading the most outrageous lies, basically just calling him a pedo, rapist, wife beater, all that, basically trying to ruin his life. And instead of Ralph giving in and doing all that and killing himself and all that, he just laughed at them, took it like a champ. And that's what the quartering should do too. He should just take it like a champ, dispel the lies, and just not let it affect him. Because that's the thing. Even though that Ethan Ralph has had all that shit done to him about the Keno Casino, he's still not affected by it because at the end of the day, he knows what's true. He knows who his real friends are. And that's what you should have in this industry. You should have that mindset of not giving a fuck what people say, especially if it's lies, because at the end of the day, the truth will always prevail. And why do you think a lot of people support Ethan Ralph again now? Like a lot of people commentary are saying Ralph Dub and all this because they know a lot of those lies were bullshit and not true. And that's the thing with the quartering. Like a lot of the lies that are being spread by him about the Keno Casino, a lot of people will eventually know that's true. But the problem is it's so hard to do that when you're acting like an asshole yourself.
People want to bring up the fact that because I'm co-hosting with him on his show that, oh, well, she's on his payroll, so she's not going to say anything. It's like, I have been in the space of like content creation, and I have 15 plus years, how long? 15 years of experience in the mainstream gaming industry. I've been on television. I've done all kinds of stuff, and I've made a lot of money. And I was smart with it.
So why are you caring about people calling this out then? If you made a lot of money, just say, fuck y'all, I'll work with whoever I want. That's what I do. If I was in her shoes, I would be like, listen here, bitches. I will work with whoever the fuck I want. And you don't like it, kiss my ass. In fact, I'll say this too. Yeah, I work with Ethan Ralph behind the scenes. Yeah, I talk to Ethan Ralph, and I know a lot of people don't like Ethan Ralph, but I don't give a fuck. I like Ethan Ralph. Suck my fucking dick. That's how you do it. If someone tells you to drop a friend, you just say, suck my fucking dick. That person's been nice to me since the beginning, and I'm not dropping them. You can go fuck yourself and die. That's what
Unless you have a good reason to do it, don't do it.
Yeah, unless you have a good reason. Like, that's the thing. The only time you should drop someone is if it affects, if you personally want to. But if you don't personally want to, and that person's been good, and you will still benefit with that person, don't drop them over some fucking retards.
I didn't go spend it on Lamborghinis and stuff. I saved my money and I invested my money. So I'm in a situation where I don't have to be on a podcast to pay my bills. I appreciate it, and it's nice, but I don't
see, and that's the thing too. It's like, just say you're making extra side money, because that's what I would have done too. Because I would be like, look, I make a lot of money. I have a lot of money. I just like the side money so I can go get food or whatever. You know, that's what I would do. Just be honest. Be real. Like, you're sugarcoating a lot of shit. And that's why people like me exist. Because people like Melanie Mac love to sugarcoat shit. And then you have me just letting it out for her. Just basically punching her in the tit saying, hey, let it out. Let out what you truly want to say, bitch.
I have to have it. I don't have to do content creation. Like, my husband does well. He could take care of us on his own if he wanted. Like, I could be a full-time housewife and not have to do any of this. But I like to do it. It's fun. It's like I started before monetization was even a thing.
Then keep doing it and ignore the moral fags that are moral fagging about you talking to the quartering. Ignore the moral fags and your life would be so much better. Literally.
On YouTube. And I still do this stuff because it's fun. And I like it. And yeah, it's fun to make money too. I still like making money. But I'm not beholden to the quartering because he pays me to be on his podcast.
Even if you were, who cares? That's your decision either way. It's like, yeah, people are going to make fun of you for that. But at the same time, it's like, it is your life. Like, that's the thing. I'm just going to say this, Leo. Even though I don't like people that shill for Israel, at the end of the day, that's their choice and that's their bed. And it's like, yeah, I can say how fucked up it is all I want. But at the end of the day, it's like, I can't, there's nothing I can do about it. I can't keep judging them for it. Like, there's nothing I can do. They made their bed and they're going to get the consequences for shilling and betraying their own country. So it's like, that's the thing. It's like, if you want, that's the thing. You do what you want with your life. If you want to be a shill and a piece of shit and a bitch to somebody, be it. You just got to just be open about it.
So this whole
And
narrative.
if you just like the quartering because he's your friend, say that too. Be like, you know what? I like the quartering because he's my friend. I like the podcast because it makes me sound money, and I'm doing it with a friend. Just do it like that.
Like, oh, she would be, she's uncomfortable with him, but she can't speak out because like she needs the money. That's bogus. Like, I am good. God has blessed me, and God has blessed my husband, and God has blessed us together. So that's not even the case. So it's just absurd. It's insanity. But honestly, I think a lot of it is people are getting some.
Which this is sidetrack, but how is she conservative, but she looks like a libtard? Literally with the red hair, the fucking tattoo.
Yeah, libtards don't use that hair color anymore, apparently.
I see a few. I know a few of them IRL that use them. Which there's one.
But usually you see blue or pink now, or green.
Which this is going to be embarrassing to admit on the show, but I used to be in love with a girl that had pink hair.
People are getting some views, and right now in the
Hey, come on! It sometimes look good. It just depends. It depends how you put it in your hair.
Content creation space, and on YouTube, we had an algorithm change that happened several months ago or so, a year maybe tops, but around that time, and people.
Bro, my roommate just said Melanie Mac's hot, which obviously she is pretty low key. So I actually don't blame my roommate for saying that.
Still trying to figure it out because for a lot of channels, and a lot of the channels that are doing this, the algorithm changed from what it was before. That used to be really good on it, and so these style of channels, the social commentary style of channels, things have changed a lot. And so whenever they find something that's working, or they roll with it. And so
yeah, I did miss a few checks, so. Yeah, I try to keep my girlfriend mostly distant from the shit. Agreed, because you never just want. It's never a good idea to put relationships in this shit. It's a bullseye if you overshare. That's another thing too. It is a bullseye because that's the thing. If you overshare, you're literally just giving these people ammo to moral fag about dumb shit. He got drunk and overshared. That's the problem with the quartering too, is he gets drunk and overshares shit and wonders why people make fun of him when he gets sober again. It's like, bro, you literally were drunk on stream, sharing your whole personal life, and you wonder why people are making fun of your personal life because you're oversharing it. The more you let it bend you out of the shape, the more the sharks see the blood in it. And that's another thing too. When you keep on giving the sharks more, that's literally like the quartering oversharing shit is literally the quartering opening up his leg and say, hey, sharks, bite me, come get me. Drawing more attention to it won't make it go away. That's why I ignore my detractors, because drawing more attention to it just makes them want to keep going. And me ignoring them, you barely see them in my chats anymore because they know I'm just above them, and they know that I'm just never going to talk to them.
Well, that, and we have most of them muted.
And we have most of them muted, blocked, and shit. Because that's the thing. Sometimes you do need to block motherfuckers, especially the ones that just lie about you all the time. And this one's a good comment too, just like Chibi Reviews. Yes, Chibi Reviews is doing the same. Bro, Chibi Reviews is literally the same thing. He overshares shit and wonders why people make fun of him for it. They all do it. And that's the problem. It's like you overshare shit and you wonder why people make fun of you for it. At least when Ethan Ralph shares shit, he doesn't complain about people making fun of it because he's like, look, I shared it on purpose, and if people make fun of it, I'll just ignore them and block them. And that's why I respect Ethan Ralph a lot, because Ralph shares his shit knowing people are going to make fun of it and doesn't care that they make fun of it. He shares it for the people that he knows ain't going to make fun of it. And honestly, like, if you want to share your personal life, go ahead, but you have to have the Ralph Man mindset of people are going to make fun of it, and you just got to just be immune to it. And that's the thing. It's like the quartering's not immune to it. And that's why I don't agree with the quartering oversharing shit while he's drunk, because unlike Ralph, the quartering cries about every single little thing people say about it. And it's like, bro, don't do something if you don't want people complaining about it. Ralph doesn't have that victim complex. No, he doesn't. In fact, he even, like, every time he will grandstand against something, he literally says, I'm no better. I'm just only grandstanding because these people are hypocritical. And that's how I am. It's like, I don't grandstand on shit because at the end of the day, we're all human beings. We all do stupid shit. But at the end of the day, It's like if someone's gonna moral grandstand about something and then they do it themselves, that's when I'm gonna call them out, because it's like, why are you telling me not to fucking dox and flag, but you're doxing and flagging 20 innocent people? It's like, come on. In fact, it's just so weird because it's like people like the Quartering and Kino Casino, they literally get mad at the person that is like the most aggressive instead of the person that starts it. Like if someone flags someone down, whoever is more aggressive always gets the blame. And that's the thing. The Quartering was more aggressive than the Kino Casino, so popular opinion hates the Quartering, even though the Kino Casino are no better.
Right now, it's trendy to hate on the Quartering, and I think it's dumb. And I think, honestly...
And you know what's something, too? When it was popular to like the Quartering, I was shitting on him. And even me and Torin have had a few fights, well, not like actual fights, but we had
disagreements.
Yeah, disagreements about the Quartering, because you told me, hey, the Quartering is a good guy. Why do you have these criticisms? But then, over time, you started seeing why I've been saying that. And that's why I never get mad at people for saying I'm wrong, because I always know if I'm truly right about something, the other person will concede. Because at the end of the day, it's like, that's why I just be relentlessly just going at people. Whenever I see something wrong, even when they're liked and shit, I always go at them, because that's the thing. I'll end up being right and getting the credit for it later anyways.
I think a lot of it is it's some cheap clicks right now, but also it's just after Jeremy came to Christ, the attacks on him have gotten greater, and I've seen this.
See, that's the thing. You know why that is? It's because the people he's supporting do not like Christ. Benjamin Netanyahu hates Christ. Donald Trump hates Christ. They all hate Christ. So, of course, the people he's shilling for are going to pay a tax on him because he's going close to the Christ. These people are and it proves it, too, because as soon as the Quartering goes for Christ, even though he's not speaking out against Israel or speaking out against any of these people are still attacking him because guess what? They hate Christ. And I keep telling you guys, MAGA hates Christ. Israel first, they hate Christ. They do. And this proves it. Because you literally have an Israeli first person right here saying as soon as the Quartering went to Christ, he got attacked. And it's like, yeah, they'll even attack the Israeli first shills they're paying just because they don't like the talk of Christ. They don't like the talk of criticism. They don't like the talk of free thought. They don't like any of that.
As I started expressing my faith in Christ, as I started sharing the...
See, that's the thing. As soon as I started sharing, which I've always been a lover of Christ because I was raised that way, but as soon as I started, being more open to it, being open to America first and Christ, the attacks against me have skyrocketed too. But at the same time, it's like, that's what you're signing up for, especially when you are being for Christ. Because that's the thing. Because you got to understand, Jesus Christ got beaten, got just tortured, got nails put at him, hung on a cross and everything, and everyone betraying him, hating him and everything, just so we don't go to hell, just so we have a chance to go to heaven. So we have to do the same for him on this world. Like if people hate us, we got to let them hate us, because at the end of the day, who's more loyal to us, Jesus Christ or a bunch of random people that are going to stab you in the back?
Word of God, as I started speaking out against sin, the attacks on me ramped up to a crazy degree.
It's not you speaking up against sin, it's you judging people and then mad about you judging them. That's the thing. I'm not going to play into that of, just calling out sin. It's like, no, because at the end of the day, you're not supposed to call out sin. You're supposed to only call out the sin of yourself. You're not supposed to.
That's God's job.
That's God's job. And basically, when you go and judge people for sins, you're basically trying to be God. And that's why God hates that, because he thinks that you're trying to basically take his role. And that's the thing. The only person that has the right judgment is God. Even then, I make judgments all the time. I make criticisms and shit. But at the end of the day, God is more right than me. God is more right than me. He is more moral than me. And if God will come down and tell everything about me. And honestly, it's like you have to accept that. You have to accept the truth. You have to go with the truth. And that's what I've been doing on this online thing, just telling the truth and being real And that's the thing, not caring if people get mad or not. And that's the problem with the quartering of Melanie Mac. They'll never be so real. In fact, they're sugarcoating shit because they are scared. They're scared of the casino audience. They're scared of the commentary audience. They're scared of the media. They're scared of Trump. They're scared of all this. I'm not. That's why I'm willing to say what I'm saying, because I'm not scared of anyone besides God himself.
Crazy. And so now that Jeremy is like new to the faith, we're seeing the attacks on him grow at a level it had never been before. And I'm truly convinced that it's because that at the root of it, it's because he came to Christ.
I mean, we don't even know. That's the thing. He would have, even if he didn't come to Christ, he would have been attacked anyways. At the end of the day, people attack each other on this online platform all the time. And honestly, it's like Christ could have been the reason, but at the same time, you can't use religion as an excuse for people to attack. Because that's the thing. People are probably attacking the court, because that's the thing. I've attacked the courting before. It's not because he came to Christ. In fact, I like he came to Christ. I'll give him a compliment. Good job, Jeremy, for coming to Christ. But at the same time, the reason I've attacked you so many years since 2020, it's not because you came to Christ. It's not because you're right-wing. In fact, I'm right-wing as well. It's because you beg, disrespect your audience, lie, and I just don't fuck with that shit. And that's why I've been against you since day one. That's why I've been calling you out, because I don't like the grifting shit. I don't like the begging shit. And if you overshare shit and do cringe shit while you're drunk, you have to expect people to make fun of you, and you can't fag about it. You can't cry about it. You can't say, oh, I can't handle this, because you're the ones that are doing a lot of the shit that get people to make fun of you. If you don't want people to make fun of you, don't act like a stupid drunk retard. The reason why I act autistic and act like myself, because I don't care if people make fun of me. You want to make fun of me, okay? Because at the end of the day, that doesn't matter. You making fun of me is not going to stop my mission. It's not going to stop me from going to heaven. It just gives you a laugh, and hey, you get a laugh at making fun of me, so be it.
And that's the thing. They hated Christ, so they'll hate Christ in you. If Christ is in you, they're going to hate you too. And I think that's a huge part of what's going on. But I'm really proud of Jeremy.
Maybe stop being pro-Israel.
So yeah, that's another thing too. You're literally saying you come to Christ, but you're literally working with the people that talk the most shit about Christ. They literally hate Christ. In fact, Netanyahu, like a week or two ago, came out and said Genghis Khan will always prevail against Jesus Christ, because Genghis Khan has what it takes to prevail against him. And that Genghis Khan being evil is the way to do it. It's like, why the fuck do any Christian or anybody still support Israel after him saying that on live television?
I'm just really proud of him. I've seen so much growth in him, and I'm very happy to be his friend, and I will be a loyal friend to him.
So, one good thing I could say about this video is, like, I don't like the other shit, but one good thing is I'm glad you're being a loyal friend and assuming you're telling the truth, because I don't know if you're telling the truth or not, because a lot of people say they're people's loyal friend, but then they turn on them like in a few years. So let's say you're telling the truth. I applaud that for you to be a loyal friend. That's the thing. Be friends with whoever you want to be, and don't let these casino tards tell you to not be friends with someone just because. Like, if you want to be friends with Jeremy, be friends with them. If you don't want to be friends with them, then don't be friends with them. It's your choice at the end of the day, nobody else's.
Regardless whether I'm on his show or not. So people are still going to lie. People are going to still say this, that, or the other. I don't care. I'm telling the truth, and people are going to believe whatever they want. So it is what it is. But all I've got to say is, all these lies about me, anything involving me, is just dumb. And you just see it. You can hear straight from the horse's mouth right now.
And I'm gonna be real. That's the problem with the Keno Casino, is their lies are so obvious that even a lot of people in the audience are like, bro, can y'all not do this? Like, so many people are just so tired of Keno Casino just lying, because you can't even trust anything they say. Even when they have a valid target, they fuck it up and let the target get away because they lie. I don't know what it is, but the Keno Casino loves lying. That's their favorite thing, is lie after lie after lie after lie after lie after lie.
Those are lies. And stupid. And what it is it's people who are being very vicious because these people say these things because they want to ruin friendships between people. Whenever they find a target, someone.
You know why? Because they get off to it and they enjoy it and it gets some views, and that's the thing. Kino Casino, PPP, and Andy, all they have as friends and as people is each other and the Jewish billionaire, and that's it. That's why they're jealous. They want all these friendships to be destroyed because they want to basically further their master's agenda, because that's all their purpose is. Their purpose online is to defend and spread any propaganda Gabe Hoffman wants spread. And that's also why I tell Coring, you probably shouldn't support MAGA, because it probably is Gabe Hoffman that's telling the Kino Casino to do it. Probably is Gabe Hoffman telling him, hey, he's going closer to Christ. Go after him more. Here's more money. In fact, Andy Worski admitted this. They admitted this a while back. Gabe Hoffman had DoorDash delivered to their address. Literally, he's buying them food to their address. And it's like, if that doesn't scream bought out, then I don't know what does.
They don't
imagine if, like, let's say Thomas Massey was buying me food, right? And doing that shit for me. They'd say, oh, look at him. He's bought out by the Islamic Republic because Thomas Massey's buying him this and that. But because it's Kino Casino in Israel, not a lot of people are going to speak out about it. And if you speak out about it, you're a crazy conspiracy theorist if you speak out about it.
They want to ruin their life, and so they're trying to ruin their friendships. They're trying to ruin people's relationships with their family, all this stuff when they go through these type of measures. It is evil. It's demonic. So, but yeah, I think it's absolutely ridiculous. So there you have it. There you have.
And that's her side of the situation. Honestly, it was a great video to react to because we got to shit on the quartering as well. Just so I don't have some asshole from the casino audience saying, you're just mad because you like the quartering. You're just mad because you like the... It's like, no, I don't. I've literally just shot on that whole 8-minute video of Melanie Mack defending the quartering. And I just want to say this before we get to future plans and wrap up the show. The quartering, bad grifting piece of shit. Flags people, doxes people behind the scenes whenever no one's looking. Piece of shit. Total disavowal. Kino
Is he
Casino...
even smart enough to dox?
I don't know, but he still tries, and they all still try. Kino Casino, dox, flag, but pretend that they're against it. So, yeah, there's that. But now I feel like is there any other final thoughts you have on this situation before I wrap it up?
No, I'm good.
All right, so the future plans for the Ravencast is Thursday. I'm going to be doing like a stream. Because I'm going to be, just until I get my computer, I'm going to be streaming Thursdays and Sundays until I get my computer. Then I'll probably stream more. But Sundays and Thursdays will be the days that I'll be streaming a lot more and the most. So Sundays and Thursdays will be 100% from now on. And that's why I want to make sure I made it this Sunday, because I want to make sure that this stream is there. But yeah, so Torin, do you have any future plans before I talk about my future, about more stuff?
I don't really have any future plans that are worth noting, honestly.
So
I'm going to be playing games.
All right, so my future plans is Tuesday. I'll be doing an IRL stream with James Fishback because he's going to be in the town that I'm in right now. And I'm going to go there and, meet up with him, let him speak, get content off of that. So Tuesday, there will be an IRL phone stream. Thursday will be a normal show. We'll be covering whatever happens within the gaming news world and all that. And same with Sunday. And that's about it for me. And yeah, make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe, and I'm going to go ahead and get the intro song out. And Torin, thanks for coming on. You're free to depart if you want. Thank you for coming on. You were a good help. All right. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications so you never miss an upload. And yeah, let's get this. An outro song.
The apps that people are creating, smart nutrition.
All right, hit the like button, subscribe, and I will see you guys later on. Peace.
There's a spark in your eye and a grin on your lips. She's a demon and I can't resist her on a night like this. Say that you're fine, but I know that you're a wreck. There's a chill up my spine with your hands around my neck. Handcuffed to your side, and know that I can't leave. I'm fixated on asphyxiation, but without you I can't breathe. Ooh, you never say please. Might as well be deceased. Yeah, I'll make sure the sticks fall for all of your tricks. Oh, I gotta admit, I kinda dig crazy chicks. Tossing, turning, I run through your mind. You kill for me, yeah, you creepy when you're kind. You do so much for me, got me under your legs, yeah, I'm perplexed, I'm it all in your hands, and it's so, so plain to see. This must be a sign that I'm going insane. Cause you're on my track with your knife to my back and your laugh inside my brain. Yeah, I can never say no. Your sanity's off the show. Yeah, I'll take all your kicks, the hi-hats and the clicks. It's another quick fix. You're trying to dig crazy chicks. You're kind of dig crazy chicks. We're kind of dig crazy chicks. Tossing, turning, I run through your mind. You kill for me, yeah, you creepy when you're kind. You could do so much for me. I'm a dog in your hands and it's so, so plain to see. Yeah, I'm a dog in your hands and it's so, so plain to see. Yeah, we're burning the midnight oil. Oh, we're kinda dig crazy chicks.
Do you want to learn the trading strategies that we've perfected over the last 30 years? Hi, I'm